Wake up, Lincoln.
Come on, it's 6 o'clock, right?
It's time for Early Break, brought to you by Gaina Trucking. In America, here's Jake Sorensen.
Did seem kind of meh.
Husker Online, Steve Sipple.
Surprisingly good.
And longtime college football assistant coach, Bill Busch.
I want to buy a couple ducks. I'm bringing 2 ducks to the office.
This is Early Break.
Good morning. Happy Wednesday to you, Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, Bill Busch on Early Break. Full show ahead. 8 days away from Husker kickoff in Minnesota. We have some audio from Marcus Satterfield from yesterday. We have big news in the world of the president at Nebraska and also some audio. We don't have audio, but Matt Rule did talk on the radio last night. We'll get some comments from that.
Good God, we should have a 3-hour show.
Yeah.
Don't get me started. Oh, yeah, don't get me started. Here we go.
Don't get me started. Jake has he has squashed that. So breakers, if you
That's
want
not
a third
true.
hour, Jake squashed it.
It's fine,
It's
Jake.
simply,
Yeah,
it's simply
That was-
slander. It's not true at all.
That's right. So if
It's
we,
the wrong
so we
thing
can,
to bring.
and we could take in more callers that way, some different things, but we're not. Doesn't want to.
That's not true. See, these are all
All right, I'm
false
Jake, this is my fault.
accusations here.
Can I say something real
Yeah,
quick?
Yes.
please do.
Yeah, drought's back.
Yeah.
Drought's back, I think.
Ooh.
Drought could be back.
See, someone asked the
Yeah.
question yesterday. You said
No,
no.
it was yesterday.
Yesterday. After one more day, it's back.
It's back.
God.
It was briefly gone for a month or so.
Yeah.
And now it's a month and a half.
Yeah.
Now it's
I
back.
think we'll be all right.
We're
This
fine. I think the
weekend.
crops are pretty much the haze in the barn with the crops. So they're it's not like they've produced their full corn, all stuff like that. So now we're just on to the next phase.
Bill Busch, U.S. Ag Secretary.
Let's talk about some embargoes later.
We had a drought. The drought was gone. The drought is back. As we approach September quickly here.
Oh God! I tell you what, if you get a chance, though, this is the chance. Especially if you're talking to someone that's older, just subtly just mix it and see how many times you can get them to say it. Just say, "It's not the heat," and just let it set.
Right.
And they'll go, "Look, I should. Yeah, it's the humidity." they'll finish it for you. So just do the best
Don't
you
do
can.
this.
If you get a chance, Dave, you're just in line
Oh,
somewhere, anything,
Over
you're
Super
just talking,
Saver.
or Super Saver. So, how you guys doing? Oh, you know what? I can deal with the heat. When we see what they say, and don't say anything else, and see how many times
Don't
they'll
panic.
finish.
Let them.
How
let 'em
many
finish it
times
out.
will they finish it? Yes.
That's beautiful. All right, idle chit chat.
Their sports tips are great,
Generally speaking.
but the random conversations are even better.
I don't know if you want to talk about that on the radio.
You just did.
You just did. I mean, we're not just talking amongst ourselves.
It's time for Idle Chit Chat on Early Break, sponsored by Newton's Lawn Care.
It's amazing how many people will text you when you say something on the air about like a car or a problem in your life and say, "Hey, everything good? I got my car fixed yesterday. I took it to A1 Automotive.
It's incredible how fast you got that done.
It got done quickly. So I get the phone call about. I took it in about 9:30. They said, "Okay, we'll get to it." I get a call about 1:30 saying, "Hey, here's the cost. Ready to go." I said, "Do it. I need AC."
much?
So I'm not gonna say the cost.
Well, it's not personal.
I don't need to tell the cost.
You don't have to.
It was.
All right.
You know, it was a cost.
All right.
It was a cost.
Was I out of line?
No, not at all.
It was over $1,000. Let's go with that. Over $1,000.
Whoa, really?
The AC compressor was out. We had to
Oh,
get a
yeah.
new
That's a
compressor
lot.
there. That
But Jake gave me the rundown yesterday of what he paid for the car,
yes,
what it's done so far,
Absolutely.
and what he's had to invest in the car. It wouldn't even phase me.
didn't face
If I'm
me.
Jake, I'm going like, really? Because I've been living on
Right.
living on borrowed time forever.
I bought that car
Yeah.
as a salvage title car. I bought it at a very, very, very good price for at 16,000 miles on it. It's been excellent for me. It's had AC problems twice now. That's it. Otherwise, it's ran, knock on wood, very well.
Well,
Yeah, I don't think that's wood. Is it?
I will
Right,
tell
yeah,
you.
that's
You
wood.
sure?
Yeah, that knocked up right here.
I will
Sound
tell
like
you this
You
about
knocked
your,
on laminate
I'll tell you this about your Accord.
Yeah,
It's an upgrade.
from the Cobalt.
the Cobalt. Yeah, Bill never saw the
And
Cobalt.
you didn't know
and
Elizabeth with the Cobalt,
No.
right?
No, he
I
wouldn't
met
know
her
it.
like
no.
a month
It
or
never
two after I
would.
got the
Everything
Honda.
changed when you got the
Everything
Honda.
changed.
So guys, get a Honda.
Yeah.
Get a
You know
Honda.
how many times Jake came in here and said, friend zone. I got friend zone.
Yeah.
The Cobalt was a friend zone car.
Yeah.
No, it couldn't
What
close the
a,
deal.
what a great friend Jake would be. He would be a fun friend. Me?
Yeah.
Wedding guy.
He's wedding guy. He's wedding guy.
Just take me to all the weddings.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's my friend.
Yeah.
It's my friend Jake.
Make sure you know it's friend.
Because
Friend.
the
Before
reason
that word.
you want to take a fun guy like Jake to go because he's gonna participate. I mean, he's gonna dance. He's gonna be part of the Copperhead Road. He's gonna do all that. So you want to take a fun. You don't want to take a guy as a date, as a friend date, and he just sits there.
No.
Jake
Jake is one of those guys you see at a wedding and you gravitate toward him.
Oh, absolutely.
This guy's awesome.
Yeah.
This guy's
Yeah.
fun.
You know,
I don't like to sit around.
People gravitated to you two at my daughter's wedding. You guys should have had a booth. We should have set up a booth at my daughter's wedding. Like that.
Come on over.
Our booth.
Come on over.
93.7.
Hey, hi.
And I could stop in and talk about agriculture too, and I had some free time.
I'm just glad I met your mom and dad in Tamara.
Yeah.
That was the biggest.
And remember, today she's listening, so
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
I think we've done good lately, Tamara.
yeah, we haven't heard much.
All right. I
No
think-
criticism recently
No,
at
I
all?
had
that
He
whole
is-
punches at all.
Anyway, there's a lot to talk about.
Yes. Anything
today.
else? Idle chit chat, Bill?
Bill,
Well, yeah, well,
Billy.
real quick,
Billy.
like that. Good friend of mine, the lawyer of the stars here in Lincoln, Steve Mossman. He's the lawyer of the
Steve
stars.
Mossman,
Yes.
friend
Yeah.
of Sipple.
Yes. So he sends me
Not a lawyer.
he sends me a picture. Sends me a picture of watermelon that I'll be receiving today. They got it at a produce
Oh.
stand.
Oh,
Black
So he said-
Diamond?
was that? It's not Black Diamond. It's
That's okay.
different.
that's okay.
But so I'm very, very excited about that. So Mossman, extremely excited about that. Then I got a picture late last night also from a dance dad's
Mhm.
of a picture of a chair that was out in front on the corner in their neighborhood for free.
Oh
Yeah,
yes.
for free. The chair for free.
Well, how I think
I'll show you the picture. It
Did
looks
you drive
incredible.
by?
I don't know what's going on. If it seems like there's more things by the curb than I've ever seen. Maybe you've just made me more aware,
Maybe you started a
or you
rampage.
may have started
Bill
this.
has started.
But I'll
something
tell you
here.
what, you could furnish your house with stuff that's on the side of the road.
Well, yes.
I challenge you to do that, Sip. I challenge you to furnish your house with stuff on the side of the road you can pick up for free.
Well, listen, I drive pretty slow by some stuff. And I told you I'm down to your neighborhood to see my tax man. I got a beautiful chair for the bedroom. Beautiful chair.
Yes.
It's a St. Labori watermelon.
Okay.
That's
Never-
Steve Mossman.
Yes.
How many types of watermelon are there?
I
Good
don't know.
question.
I would
question.
never. Two.
I
I
don't
would
know.
know one besides that.
Only in Black Diamond. That's all.
Unless you get one from a friend.
From a friend, and I'm
Steve
going
Moss.
to open up too. I'm going to be very open to it.
Okay.
Like that.
What's
So-
the type at the store you can get? The typical green one. Is that a black? It's not.
Well, they
black.
have they're
question.
striped it a little bit.
Yeah.
They're a little
Yes.
more of a
Yeah.
striped.
What's that called?
I'm not sure what that is. We need all I know is Black Diamond.
Produce
Black-
people.
it's
What's
Black
the
Diamond.
common watermelon at the store called?
Black
What type
Diamond
is
is a deep dark green. All
okay.
the whole thing.
No stripes.
No stripes.
Okay.
No stripes.
You're teaching us stuff.
Thank
Well,
you.
that's
That's
all.
important.
Well, what'd you call me?
I called you a rockhead yesterday.
Secretary of
That was
Agriculture.
Oh yeah. No, you are the U.S. Secretary of Agriculture.
It's one thing I know.
And the rockhead. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't mean that.
It's just in good favor.
I hope I have my glasses. We have a problem.
Well, we can find some for you. All right, that's Idle Chit Chat, sponsored by Newton's Lawn Care. Sign up for a 2024 fertilizer program and receive a free winterizer application. Call or text Andrew at 402-440-6297. Newton's Lawn Care, our sponsor of Idle Chit Chat. All right, there was big news yesterday regarding the Nebraska, not just football, but Nebraska's entirety of Ted Carter, the president, is moving on to Ohio State. It kind of caught people out of off guard,
It did.
surprised them, didn't really know this was
No, it did.
happening.
It did.
He shows up at the Board of Regents meeting in Ohio State, Columbus, and is now the new president as of January 1st at Ohio State University.
Yeah. Now there was a meltdown.
As you could guess, there's a meltdown.
I
here.
don't. I guess now I did talk to Bill last night about this. I don't. Okay. Now we got to be sensitive. I guess. I know this when it happened. There was guys calling me that were melting down, and I couldn't quite understand why. I mean, what I said to them. Okay, so we're a sports talk show. Okay, this has
Sports Talk Radio.
yeah, this has a lot more. This touches a lot of other elements than sports. But, in our realm, people are trying to make it a deal. I guess it may be. But what I would challenge those people to think about is this: how is Ted Carter directly affecting wins and losses this season and in future seasons? It's very abstract, is what I'm saying. It's a very abstract conversation, right?
I would concur. I would have a hard time thinking that if all of a sudden Minnesota scores a touchdown against Nebraska, it's going to be Ted Carter.
Yeah, see this Carter thing. This Carter
thing. I knew it. Third and 8, incomplete pass or an incomplete pass. I knew it. We're distracted. No. No.
Okay, now I get this. We all get this. He was, his job recently changed, and the AD was now going to report directly to Ted Carter instead of the Lincoln Chancellor, who is now Rodney Bennett. They brought in a president from Southern Miss. So there's that. Ted was a sports-minded president, the second straight sports-minded president. Hank Bounds was also that way. Now there's also, Bill and Jake, and our dear listeners, this notion of, and I get this, I totally understand this, and I agree with it. There's this idea that if you're president, your chancellor, your AD, and your head coach, if there's alignment, it helps the entire operation. Yes, it does.
Yeah, total alignment always helps. It does. It always helps. The total alignment doesn't help if you're not winning games. So
right,
that's all. That's what. If you're staying in line and doing things the right way and you're having success on the field, the product looks good, there's no issues.
Yeah, alignment. Bill Byrne and Tom Osborne were not necessarily aligned, and I would say they just weren't aligned on a lot of things. Tom won. Now, does it help winning? It's chicken and egg, right, Bill? Does it help winning to have these entities aligned? It probably does, but here's my question. Why can't there be alignment? Is Ted Carter the end-all, be-all in the alignment discussion? Why can't you just hire another president who's aligned with your AD?
So I'm going to go with my Northern Arizona, the Lumberjacks, which is a great mascot situation. And this also works for this exact scenario, is that we had a guy named Steve Axman, who was the head coach, and we had the number of guys right now off of that staff. There's 3 in the NFL. 2 have been head coaches at 2 Power 5 schools. I was part of that staff. I mean, the success was insane. And you know what he did if he lost a really good coach that moved up? He just hired another really good coach. That's what he did. He just hired another really good coach. And he didn't worry about, he never tried to hire, like, I want to hire someone because they're going to stick around. Nobody else wants him. He's like, no, and so if someone left that was really good, and he had one thing in mind, hire someone better.
There you go.
That was it. Just hire someone better.
I want
to hire someone. Yeah. That's all you got to do in this guy. That lost a really good president. Hire someone better.
I think in terms of why you saw the fan reaction here, why there's the freak out, is because all the things you heard from Matt Rule early on was he was praising Ted Carter, saying the Admiral was so big in this. The Admiral's a big reason why he came to Nebraska. So it's because of the initial stuff Matt Rule said when he got here, praising him and saying he was a huge reason why he came to Lincoln. That's why you had the freak out. Now, I'm on your side in terms of he doesn't coach games. He does not coach 100%, games.
That makes sense.
You said unity, cohesion is everything together. That's a concern the fans have, especially when the coach said many times directly that was a big reason why he came here.
Well, he's here, though. He's here.
That's the freak out.
And he's not leaving, I don't think, because Ted Carter left.
Did you guys ever get confused with the Admiral and thought it was David Robinson?
Oh, several times.
That's my only question.
Maybe he'll be a candidate. Have another Robinson.
To get David Robinson here would be nice. Just to see him walking around campus.
That would be amazing.
That'd be awesome. Be right there with Tommy Lee when he was here.
No, right up there.
Right up there.
My God.
Tommy Lee for president. Yeah.
So the other part of this discussion is I think the freak show, I'll address Jake with the freak show questions.
Yep.
He seems to understand that part. Part of the freak out is, well, what if Rule gets really good? And will it be hard to retain him without Ted Carter here? Will be harder to retain him without Ted Carter here. Will Rule? What if Ohio State? What if Ohio State needs a head coach? Is Ted Carter going to go get Rule? These are all very. They just seem odd to worry about right now. He hasn't
Welcome
even
to
coached
Nebraska.
a game yet.
Welcome to hysteria in Nebraska.
Well, he hasn't coached a game, right?
No, he's not.
And if Bill pointed out I'll let him point it out on the air. Go ahead, Joe. Well, but you pointed out something smart last night. Well, what if they get good, Nebraska? That'd be great.
That's
a great problem to have.
It's a great problem to
Steve
have.
asked me the question. And I go, really? That's the problem?
That's
Being
not-
really good?
That's awesome.
Really good.
Being really good, it's a problem to have. It's like, well, you know what?
Bring it on.
You know, we got really good at Utah State. We got really good. We got the Wisconsin job from there. One guy didn't go. He kept the head job at Utah State. He ended up winning the Mountain West Conference. He got the Texas Tech job. Then they had a coach from Matt Wells, and from Arkansas State, the coach came. He won the Mountain West Conference. So guess what? It got things rolling. How about Boise? They got good.
Yeah.
Then they continued to be good. They lost a lot of really good coaches.
They did.
Boise lost a lot of really good coaches, and like that. And all of a sudden, boom! This went to the next. So that part happens. I think the question to ask the breakers, if we could get maybe on the text line, Jake.
Yeah.
What's that number?
402-464-5685.
Well, my question is what is the feeling? Because there has to be a gut feeling is that Ted Carter just left to like one of your number one competitors. I mean, you just went from Big Ten to Big Ten. You just basically said, I think Ohio State's better.
Again, though. Yeah. Now, number one,
I wonder what the fans think.
Who's not doing that? Who's not making that?
Is he wrong?
But my question is just what do the fans think? What do the breakers think of it? I'm not saying which side's right, wrong, who wouldn't have went. None of that.
Right.
But that comes up when all of a sudden, if he left for the USC job.
Okay, you know what's interesting about this whole discussion? If you listen to us, we're talking about Ted Carter like he's a football coach.
He's a president.
Not only is he not a football coach, he's not an AD.
Nope.
I mean, that's the way it seems like we're talking about this. I mean, he's got a lot of other things on his mind than PJ Fleck. I mean, that's what I'm a little startled by in this whole conversation. Now, maybe people are there's some fears that Nebraska would maybe hire another Harvey Perlman, who was not sports friendly. In fact, resented the football program and preferred that it not be successful because all that attention took away from things that he thought were more important on campus. This is just true. I guess that's opinion, but it's widely held. So maybe there's some fear of that. I don't know. Again, they've had two straight sports-minded presidents. Hank Bounds was a high school football coach. Hank Bounds knew football at a high level. He was heavily involved. Obviously, Ted Carter was a sports-minded president. Now, do you have to go get a sports-minded president? This is a pretty sports-minded university, right?
That's your front porch. That's just how it is. That's your.
But isn't the front porch anywhere?
With that, yes. As Bear Bryant's famous line that I've used several times, that it's really hard to rally your university around a math class.
I love it. It's a great line.
It's true.
It's a great line.
You're not going to rally a
Bear Bryant
community.
say that?
Yeah, he said it. Exact quote from him. It's really hard to rally your university around a math class.
Yeah.
That just whether it's not saying it's not important. That's not what we're saying.
No.
The rallying point is it's just there's all the documentation of 10,000 studies of how you upped your students as far as the quality of students. Just look what happened when Northwestern went to the Rose Bowl. You know, they're people applying to school up over 1,000%. All the different things that they got something noted. Oh, by the way, this is a great academic school. This is this phase of it. So your front porch is really, really important.
It is
really important.
This is an interesting conversation. It's interesting because I keep going back to the initial reaction of people and like the text I got initially. We have a situation, and that was my initial text I got from someone. I'm not going to say who. We have a situation, and then the person told me what it was.
That's it. What? That's the problem. Well, here's a text regarding that. Okay. Joel in Wisconsin says this in the text line. He says, "Everything, and I mean everything, is amplified right now by this fan base."
Yeah.
They're on edge, I guess. I don't know.
I mean, I ask stupid questions sometimes because I'm not come on, you would agree. I'm not a hysterical person.
No, you're not hysterical.
I don't understand it sometimes. I don't understand the hysteria.
Well, they're always waiting for the next shoe to drop. What's the next thing?
What kind of world?
It's not a great world that you've missed 6
What
straight
kind of
bowl
life
games.
is
You've got a
that?
fan base that is very supportive, and also they're also on edge, trying to be good again. They want to be good again, but everything keeps kind of attacking them.
How is this an attack?
It's not. It shouldn't be, but they view it like that because that's the prison they live in right now.
Wow. I guess you're right.
I'm just saying that's the fan perspective.
Losing
That's the problem.
If there's one thing that's become crystal clear to me, I'm not speaking for fans, I'm just speaking for Sipple at this point. Losing is a bear because it affects so many things. Yeah, it starts to trickle into a lot of different areas that you maybe didn't even expect. And I guess this is one. President leaves. Oh, hell, we're screwed now. Yeah. I don't like, I guess.
Take a step back and realize
they're
how
still,
ridiculous
they're still
that
having
is.
classes today, aren't they?
Class is still in session.
Class is still in session, I think.
They're still playing football in 8
Imagine.
days.
Yeah, the game will
Still
go on.
Ted Carter doesn't coach the game. I doubt he's been to maybe one practice, maybe two. I mean, he doesn't go over there and suggest anything.
Yeah, I don't remember being in the locker room after we won the national championship at LSU and just being me, Ogeron, and the president. I just don't remember that.
What's your name?
How many assistant coaches even know who the president of the university is? You know,
it's fair question.
Hole in a Boat was with us.
Whoa, Hole in the Boat. What a great name.
You brought up Harvey Perlman, which is a huge name to bring up because, he's caused some problems here.
He did.
And Steve Peterson, of course, same thing.
Yes.
Is the AD, different role. He says, though, people have PTSD after university leadership has caused many of the problems with this program.
Fair.
That is,
but I don't
collaborative thing.
I totally understand, but I don't just assume now that there's going to be other problems. I think you can also operate in a world where you say, you know what, they can upgrade over Ted Carter. This can be better. There can still be alignment. Maybe
Steve
alignment
Axman.
will improve.
Hire better.
Yeah,
hire better. You want to be better?
Right.
Hire better people.
It's Ted Carter. Ted Carter's only been here since 2019. This isn't a long time president. I don't know. He's had
20 years.
He's been strong.
4 years.
He's been strong. He's been a strong president for sure. I mean, he just got that bonus because he hit 99% of the benchmarks that they asked him to do. I read that and thought, God, I wish I could hit 30% of the benchmarks that they're asking me. He hit 99. So he got a big raise. It's not a money thing. I don't think. It doesn't look like he got a big raise out of this at Ohio State, but it's prestige, right?
No doubt about that.
Yeah. I mean, it seems like a no-brainer to me that you'd go from Nebraska to Ohio State.
Who would push back on that?
No, I don't think anybody.
I would.
Yeah. I just had a hard time initially with the wave of text and the sort of hysteria. I just was like, what? Am I living in an alternate universe right now? This is not a head coach or an AD. This is the president. I rarely dealt with him because I wouldn't call Ted Carter after a game and say, what do you think of that third down call? I mean, a little rough, wasn't it?
If he didn't show up the next 3 months, would anybody know?
Not in this.
Not in this booth.
Ted's not here.
Any idea? Would anybody else be? You're just walking around campus going, something feels different.
It's the PTSD that makes the most sense to me because the administration
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, the administration has botched a lot here. It has.
Let's get a phone call from Chris at the Baldwin Shop on the Honda of Lincoln hotline, 402-464-5685. Chris, you're on early break. Go ahead.
Good morning, Steve, Jake, and Coach. And great to hear this.
Sound refreshed.
Well, Steve, in this weather, it's tough to stay refreshed.
Yeah, it is. Drink a lot of
not
water.
so much the heat.
Yeah.
Now, what do you think?
I keep hearing that, Coach, but I don't know if I believe that or not.
What are you thinking this morning, my man?
Well, yeah. Now, listen, guys. To me, the president's is what I'd call a political position in the university. Yeah, Steve, you guys, I agree. I'm not worried about Ted Carter being gone any more than I'm worried about Minnesota's ability to run the ball on us next week, or their quarterback, or their defense. This decision isn't going to factor into what happens a week from tomorrow night up in Minneapolis.
Mm-mm.
I think it's just too much being made, Steve. If that's what you're hearing out there, hey, I don't think Ted Carter had any family around here. I don't believe
No, he
anyway.
didn't.
Maybe you guys know better, but
No, he didn't.
you mentioned Hank Bounds. I honestly thought I really liked Hank Bounds, and I thought that he was probably the bigger loss to me. I really did. I loved the way Hank Bounds talked. I liked his personality, and he went back where to Arkansas.
He went down to Alabama, and it's
Alabama.
a teaching gig. Well, that's where he's from. He's from down in that southern coast.
Okay. I thought it was Arkansas. My mistake.
No, Alabama, Chris.
Guys, I remember now. Jake wouldn't remember this, but I remember in the early '90s, we had a good chancellor. Everybody was pretty high on this guy, and he had made some good moves. Named Graham Spanier.
Yeah.
And he all of a sudden pulled up. It seemed like it was an overnight deal like this thing, and left for Penn State. And I remember there were people that were really upset about that. And I thought, well, maybe this guy did a lot more good than what we thought behind the scenes and stuff. But he stayed at Penn State. I forget what year that was. I thought it was 92, 3 or 4, somewhere in there. But you know what? Didn't affect anything on the sports scene.
No.
The football was good. The basketball was good. Everything was rolling good. And he, I think, stayed at Penn State, if I'm not mistaken, till the Jerry Sandusky scandal.
Yeah, Spanier got in a little trouble himself. The Google machine would tell you that.
Yes.
Keep going, Chris. What else?
You're right, Steve, and a lot of people fell from grace out there.
Yep.
You guys, I'm not worried about this. Hey, Ted Carter, listen, you guys, let's face it. He went to Ohio State. I'm sure he's going to make more money out there.
Mm-hmm.
We've talked about Nebraska. We're all worried about this being a stepping stone university anymore for bigger jobs. And, hey, that's probably where we're at right now. So, guys, I'm not worried about it. I'm more worried about that Minnesota football team. So, hey, we're just a little over a week away, and I'm looking forward to it. And I'm going to let you guys go, and we're listening to the show up here at the hot Baldwin shop right now,
All right.
guys.
All right. Thank
Take
you,
care,
guys.
Thanks,
Have a good day.
Thanks,
Yes.
Chris. Appreciate that.
Rule-
Chris from the Baldwin Show.
Rule is the critical element in this discussion. He said obviously he was disappointed with the Carter news. Obviously. Now, he also said the big thing, this is quoting Matt Rule, the big thing for me is having Trev Alberts as the athletic director is the most important thing in the world to me because he's been so great. He's visionary. He's strategic. He said, Rule said, President Carter bringing Trev here, bringing me here, I'll be forever grateful, and yada, yada, yada. I mean, this is, again, Rule is not going to be impacted by this in his preparation for the season. Yeah, of course he's disappointed. Carter, now I'm going to tell you something. I know this because I covered it. Carter played a gigantic role in getting in Rule here, and I don't know if Rule would be here without Ted Carter. That's in. So there is that. I mean, there's no doubt about that. But Rule's here. I mean, he's here, and yeah, it's possible that he would get really good, and Ted Carter might try to come after him again. But that again, wow, wouldn't that be a terrible problem?
Right, win games. We can take that. We'll take the consequences if that's the case.
Yeah, you better win. He'd have to win double digits. We'll take that.
Fine.
Yeah, there's
Would it
always
suck to lose him. Yes, but at least he had 11 wins.
Yeah, and this whole notion of Nebraska becoming a stepping stone job. Who knows why do we assume Rule would leave? I mean, maybe he wouldn't leave, right? He just said. I mean, he said at the Embassy Suites, and you were there, Jake, for his speech this summer. You were there.
I was there.
And he was very convincing in saying he doesn't want his daughters are grade school age, to move again. He said, I'm here. And what he was suggesting is he's here whether he wins or not. So I'm not, again, I just don't think you can sit around dreaming up these scenarios where it's all going to go to hell. What kind of world, what kind of life is that?
Nebraska fans have PTSD, inferiority complex right now. That's the problem. It's not right. It's not.
No, I
you
hear
shouldn't
you.
live that way, but that's the real answer to that.
There's always going to be a football program, man.
And the drought coming back too.
The
on the
drought.
same day.
That's terrible.
On
Come
the
on,
same day.
unbelievable.
That's a lot.
Unbelievable.
Lost our president, had a drought start again.
Can you believe it?
Yeah. U.S.
Amazing.
Secretary. Yes.
Sean
Yes.
Callahan next on Early Break in the Ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It's not often a man waits this. I feel the best having you hear this on Limitless Mail. And it can do when you go to Limitless Mail and get a blood test to see what your body is missing. That's how simple it is. Schedule a free consult with Limitless Mail. Discuss your symptoms. Do the blood test. If your lab results say you're low in testosterone, we can fix that. Age is just a number. You can feel your best again. Just ask Limitless Mail.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more at todaytrucking.com.
Acres, your John Deere dealer, is offering financing on all new compact tractors. For a limited time, get 0% interest for 84 months when you buy any new John Deere compact tractor. And with a variety of attachments, you'll make quick work of chores around your acreage. From mowing to grading and moving large, Acres has a John Deere to handle your toughest projects. Don't delay. Visit your local Acres store to take advantage of this great offer. Acres, solutions for every field. Offer expires September 30th, 2020. Subject to approved credit for your financial.
Zendar,
Yes, Marlex.
if you want to assimilate into Nebraska culture, you must learn the reactions of joy from playing Nebraska Big Five from the Nebraska Lottery.
Specify.
Nebraska life forms use words like yippee, wow, woohoo, and booyah.
Logical. Nebraska Pick 5 goes by $10,000 each time it is not won.
This produces hyperactive reactions in humans.
I will try. Yip-ee.
Needs more work.
Nebraska Pick 5 top prize odds 1 in 658,000.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1, what's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Slow off caffeine? Step 2, join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving. Go cardio crazy in our clean and spacious clubs, or get down with some dumbbells and strength equipment. Step 3, bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month. It's glow time. See Club for details.
Tailored Lights is your go-to local manufacturer and installer of the best landscape lighting. Tailored Lights is excited to highlight the architecture of your home or business and provide a warm environment that feels for those outside the Lincoln area. They do ship across the country and are happy to work with anyone near or far with lights anywhere from 18 inches to enhance your curve. Tailored Light today. Call 402-432-2572 or go to tailoredlights.com.
Are you working in or looking to get into the electrical construction industry? The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Load up on meat and more this summer at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havelock. This week's specials through August 29th are $2 off Certified Piedmontese sausages and rocks. And don't forget to check out their Friday feast this week and every week. Plus, big news, they have 2 new locations now open at 30th and Yankee Hill in Lincoln and 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Arnold's Tavern in Havelock is the place to be this summer and the best place in town for shuffleboard. Come on Wednesdays and learn from some of the best players in town for the Shuffleboard Corner. Come on Sundays for Open House League all day starting at 11 a.m. and enjoy $3 tall boys and $3 wells. Shake off the start to the work week with karaoke on Monday nights. And don't forget, happy hour is every day from 3 to 6 p.m. and you are always welcome to bring in your own food. Arnold's Tavern in the heart of Havelock.
This
I'm not on drugs. I'm not drunk.
is Early Break with Jay, brought to you by Gaina Trucking. Weekday mornings from 6 to 8 on 93.7 The Ticket and the Ticket FM.
8 days away from Nebraska, Minnesota in Minneapolis, and the story of today is not really about football. It's about Ted Carter moving on to Ohio State. We're joined now by Husker Online, Sean Callahan. Sean, good morning. There's really two ends of the spectrum here. Some people are freaking out about Ted Carter leaving. Some people think it's not a big deal. I guess, where do you stand in that conversation regarding the Ted Carter situation?
Well, there's a lot to it. I mean, it's notable just in the big picture because now Nebraska has a new chancellor, Rodney Bennett, and now a new president with a new football coach here. Trev Albert still remains the athletic director. But you just think about all the things that happened this summer. I mean, the regents, they moved around a lot of things to the leadership structure. It was a big deal this summer that the athletic director reports to the president, no longer to the campus chancellor. And that Ted Carter was going to be the representative for Nebraska on the Council of Chancellors and Presidents. So there's a lot of, things that happened that were pretty notable about what they were doing with the structure of the overall leadership. My question is, how long has this been on the radar for Carter? Did it just happen? Probably not, is my guess. And when did the offer and the call kind of come? Did it just happen out of nowhere this week? But there's a lot on the university side going on too with budget cuts. I mean, there's a $40 to $50 million deficit ahead. I mean, there's a lot of rough days ahead. That this new chancellor, Rodney Bennett, I mean, he's going to have to slash the entire department. I mean, being the president and the chancellor of the University of Nebraska from the academic side of things, it's not going to be an easy job. And he's walking in, obviously, to a great situation at Ohio State University.
Is it imperative, Sean, that Nebraska hire a third straight president with with an athletics background? Is it imperative?
I don't know if you can just find that guy that easily, though. I mean, and it's a different Regents group. I mean, Claire is the only one, and Rob Schaefer. There's a few they're still on there, and Jack Stark. But yeah, Jim Pillen's gone, and a lot of other people that were a part of the last process are no longer a part of the Board of Regents. So it will be interesting. And the name you hear that makes a lot of sense, and I'm not saying this is going to happen, but Ted Sass, the former senator from Nebraska,
Ben
Florida.
Sass.
I mean, that would be a home run for the University of Nebraska, but probably not going to happen too soon. He just literally was named Florida's president, which is a very good job, down there in Gainesville.
Regarding football, Sean, 8 days away from the first game, and we heard this weekend from Matt Rule that that Gabe Ervin is clearly the number one running back. When we thought Anthony could be that guy or somebody else, but Gabe Ervin, the number one running back, entering the fall, would you have thought that'd be the case by game one, Sean?
It felt in the spring it was trending towards Gabe Ervin Jr., but I think if you're just looking at pure running backs, Grant is the best one as far as guys that can break explosive plays, but clearly there's more to it than just that. I mean, Anthony had 2 fumbles in their big scrimmage on Saturday. I think over the offseason, he's a guy that could be late to thing here or there. He was internally suspended to start spring practice. So I think there's a lot more to the discussion. I do believe he will get his opportunity this year. I think he'll be very motivated to take advantage of it. But now I think, you'll see Gabe Ervin get that first carry. I think Ramir Johnson has been the sleeper with what he's done. It kind of reminds you a little bit of 2018 with Provino Zigbo. He could be the third name in this discussion that's not getting a lot of attention. Where back in 2018, you had David Bell, I believe his name was, and then Maurice Washington was a true freshman. Those are the guys getting all the attention, and then Ozigbo ended up being the guy at the end of the year. So nothing would surprise me with how that kind of shakes out with those 3 guys.
Yeah, Greg Bell was that guy. Sean, speaking of sleeper players, names that have risen quickly. Last night on the radio, Matt Rule said this about Deshaun Singleton. He's gone from a guy who was kind of in the 2 deep, kind of hanging around, to now I think he's going to be one of our best players. Hello. Did you see that coming? Deshaun Singleton.
Well, when they brought him in from the junior college ranks a year ago, I mean, I know just from the discussions I had with people then that they thought he could start a year ago. It just never happened for whatever reason. He just wasn't able to win the job. And, you know, the season obviously changed with the head coaching change in the middle of the year and other things that happened. But I think the talent had always been there. Just the transition was the key for him coming from junior college to Nebraska. But you look at his body physically. I mean, he looks great. I mean, when we saw him at practice and interviewed him the other day, he'll be a black shirt. And I've been told don't be surprised if he wins one of those final single-digit numbers. He's really had a nice camp.
Who else, Sean, in the single-digit world? Who else do you think could win a single-digit?
Ramir Johnson's a name I was told to watch. I mean, Gabe Urban, there's only a couple left they can give out. So, I mean, those are guys I'd watch closely. I do think there'll have to be somebody on the offense here eventually. I mean, Ethan Piper has one.
Mm-hmm.
We know Billy Kemp has one in Jeff Sims.
Right.
But, you know, Ramir Johnson or Gabe Urban, I think one of those guys makes a lot of sense right now.
Sean, I'm curious, and Xavier Betts obviously left the team a couple weeks ago. I'm curious your thoughts on the receiving core in general. We haven't really heard a lot about big plays so far in practice or scrimmages. What's your level of confidence in the group they have there at receiver for Jeff Sims?
Yeah, and Sip has talked about this. I know. I mean, it's really the recruiting from the past years. There's nobody left. I mean, you look at their top 4 veteran guys on the roster: Isaiah Garcia Castaneda, Marcus Washington, Josh Fleeks, Billy Kemp. What do they all have in common? They're all transfers.
Mm-hmm.
All 4 of them came from New Mexico State, Texas, Baylor, and Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next scholarship guys listed on this roster are all true freshmen that Matt Rule brought in. So there's not a single scholarship veteran that was recruited as a high school recruit to this program by the previous staff. So just the amount of turnover that group has had, it's left the door open for a couple of those walk-ons like Alex Bullock and Ty Hahn. They're going to get good repetitions this year because of just the situation they're in. Those freshmen have a lot of potential. I mean, they're an entire track team. You look at that group of 6, there's 2 kids that triple jump 50. There's two or three guys that run 10-4, 10-2 in the 100. I mean, there's a potential in that group of 6 kids, but they're kids. And then there's 4 transfer guys, and then there's 2 walk-on guys. I mean, so it's a weird mix of transfers, freshmen, and 2 local kids.
Have you gone? Well, I don't know where you started, but are you at this point more comfortable with Nebraska's defense entering the opener than the offense?
Yes, I do think there's 8 or 9 just solid veterans on that defense. And at every level, really. When you there's guys on the D line. Now the depth's not great in some areas, but I feel like there's 8 or 9 just veteran guys that have played a lot of football, and that will make this transition, I think, easier. And then they brought in some veterans like MJ Sherman, from Georgia, who I think is going to have a bigger role on this team moving forward.
One more, Sean. What's next here? What's the schedule for this team as game week approaches?
Well, they're on the schedule now where Mondays is their off day, so they'll practice pretty much and do something every day, I believe, this week. But Thursday is a simulated game day. They're slowly introducing Minnesota right now as they get ready to head out to Minneapolis and kind of get things finalized. Travel rosters got to get figured out. That's a tough thing. When you play a road game against a Big Ten team, you got to get your 74 figured out for that as well.
That's right.
Sean, always good stuff. Thanks for the time. We'll chat again next week, a day before Minnesota game.
All right, gentlemen. Thanks.
Good job.
Sean Callahan, Husker Online.
This Singleton thing is sort of interesting. Bill coached him. Singleton. Now, this is according to Rule. He said Singleton went unrecruited. Now, this is where the Rule says things I like. He says that's what cracks me up about recruiting sometimes. We basically all go fight over guys. Oh, God. I mean, there's some texters that are not going to like this.
Here we go.
Because they've come at me over this. They've come at me over this. This is Matt Rule. This isn't Sipple. Rules said we basically all go fight over guys because they have some stars attached to their names. How was that guy Singleton unrecruited out of high school? How does he have to go to a junior college? Now, Rule said this, and this is a sort of thing that makes me confident in Rule. He says, that's what I'm obsessed with. There are guys out there just like him. I'm excited about him. He's going to be a physical safety for us. Now, I'm not against the star rate. I'm just saying it's just one data point. It's just one data point. That's all I'm saying. You cannot say to me ever and get any agreement whatsoever, Sip, you got to look at the star ratings. That's what tells you if the class is good. No, it doesn't.
Been trained that way, sadly. People have been conditioned themselves that way.
Yeah.
Which is
and then they're going to say, well, look at Alabama, Georgia. I mean, yeah. I mean, there's a complicated way to look at this that's the right way. And that is, if a guy's getting recruited by Alabama, he's getting bumped up. I mean, a 3-star guy's going to be a 4-star guy. A 4-star guy's probably going to be a 5-star guy. It happens. So it just perpetuates itself, essentially. And there's going to be teams that recruit well in a year and get those guys, but it's just a single data point. And Singleton's a great example of that. Am I off my rocker, Bill?
No.
You don't think so?
Nope.
Jay?
Not off the rocker. No, I like that you ranted on that, though. Thank you. We need a good rant about you and recruiting.
All right. I'm done ranting.
Sip is known to have, once every few months to have a recruiting rant. And that was it right there.
I just look at a guy and I don't care what his stars are. If he can play, he can play. I just don't. The star thing, and now I know if I were a coach, I'd probably be terrible about it. If a guy can play, a guy can play. I don't care what his rating is. It doesn't matter to me. I wouldn't be governed by that at all. And I know there are coaches that are a little bit. Well, he's 4-star.
Yeah, there's something to it. One point you made that was very, very good was that there's nobody that's going to be signed in Georgia, Alabama, Ohio State that's a 3-star. That'll never happen because they're going to be bumped up. Yeah. They just bump them up, but that means right away it's like, oh, you have an offer from Georgia and Ohio State and Alabama. That means you're a minimum 4-star.
Move them up a star.
Pretty much.
So there is no. Right. He was just we took 2 2-stars, right? Once they were 2-stars and they became recruited by the right people, they became that.
Yeah. So some of it's kind of folly, is what I'm suggesting.
Yeah.
Some of it.
Yeah. When we come back, song of the day and the mailbag on Early Break on the Ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This is Brian at Midwest, and we've been proudly serving clients in the Lincoln community since 2008, and we're excited to open a second location in January 2024 at 70th and Pioneers Boulevard. Our new branch will provide all the convenient services you're looking for in a bank, along with the friendly staff we're known for. Whether you're starting a business or expanding your business, our team is here for you, your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Find out more at midwestbank.com, member FDIC.
Summer is winding down, but there's no reason to put your golf clubs away. Double Eagle Golf makes golf leagues and events possible year-round. Sign up today for 9-hole leagues this fall, any day from Monday to starting on September 25th. Check out their deals on monthly memberships and schedule your Husker watch parties, birthday or bachelor parties, corporate and team outings, or just a good old Saturday with the boys. That's all at Double Eagle Golf inside the Kinetic Sports Complex on West O Street. Call today at 402-742-0140.
Hey, it's Jake Sorensen. Tune in this Friday as Early Break with myself, Sipple, and Bill Busch broadcast from the Nebraska Army National Guard hangar ahead of the air show this weekend. Won't want to miss this one. That's this Friday for Early Break from 6 to 8 a.m. at the Nebraska Army National Guard hangar.
Rosie Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 10th and P or at 1501 Center Park Road.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and Bob just wanted to say thank you for a record-setting July here at Koppel. The summer sales event continues in August, and the incentives are crazy out. We've got 0.9% financing along with a $2,500 trade-in rebate on select new models. You heard right. 0.9% financing has been extended along with a trade-in rebate. Also, our GM certified used inventory is filling up fast, so make that money-saving drive to Koppel. It's just south of the interstate, or shop online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did. All deals with roof credit.
Getting experience to jump a meaningful career be difficult, and education Luckily, AmeriCorps can be the solution. With AmeriCorps, you'll earn a stipend and education award while helping people. Plus, you'll gain professional skills and connections to help build your career. If you're ready to start a career you can be proud of, visit serve.nebraska.gov/service to find a program for you. Paid for by Serve Nebraska, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Vershawn Jackson for Brandt Excavating. Brandt's been in business for 29 years, and they specialize in a variety of things. If you're looking for someone to get the job done in precision demolition, excavating, trucking, mass grading, and site prep, Brandt is the place to call. Just for a quote or learn more, call Brandt Excavating at 402-474-4113 or go to BrandtExcavating.com. They're also hiring, so join the team today. Brandt Excavating, a part of the brand, who reminds you, go Big Brand!
The Butchery by Venue is Lincoln's premier specialty grocers. Take the quality of Venue home with you with our hand-cut steak, handcrafted burgers, and local sourced offerings. Browse our wide selection of specialty products designed to enhance your dining experiences with cheeses, spices, sauces, and more. We also have an exclusive collection of liquors, whiskeys, and bourbons at prices you're sure to love. Stop in to the Butchery by Venue today. Located in our Venue at Home store at 70th and Pioneers, 2 doors down from Venue Restaurant and Lounge.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln and across Nebraska by offering a number of services. From group homes to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the support that allows people to live fulfilling lives. Also hiring. If you're looking for a rewarding career supporting people with developmental disabilities, you can check out open positions along with learning more about services at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
Join us at this year's Ignite Lincoln 15 at Rococo Theater on Thursday, September 14th for an inspiring night of stories change. Get your tickets at ignitelincoln.org. Chance to be a part of something extraordinary.
This is Bud Seinhorst, President and CEO of LIBA, the Lincoln Independent Business Association. Join us every Saturday from 9 to 10 a.m. on 93.7 The Ticket for the LIBA Business Hour, as we discuss local business and highlight those who are thriving in the Lincoln area. It's the LIBA Business Hour, Saturdays from 9 to 10 a.m. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
You love the Batch's sports takes.
Now, will you feel like an idiot if you're a big tough? If you're a big tough morning,
but you really love to voice your displeasure for his music choices.
Stumbled on an issue that I did not think would generate this much passion and discussion.
It's time for Jake's questionable song of the day on Early Break on 93.7 The Ticket and ticketfm.com.
Once again, your song of the day, Give Up the Funk, Tear the Roof Off That Sucker by Parliament from 1975. 464-5685. 1 is bad, 10 is good. Text your rating on the Starter Heyman Jewelers song of the day.
Oh, my. That was
Didn't see that one coming,
That was
did
fun.
you?
That was fun.
That was fun. God.
I put it into the category goes in them of ultimate walk-up music.
Oh,
If you
it's a
walk
great
into a
walk-up
place
song.
and that's
Yeah.
playing,
Yeah.
when you walk into a place and that's playing, you're like right away, Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Here's what I like about you.
I
though.
mean,
Here's what I like about you. Well, there's a lot I like about you, but there's one thing. You identify Travis Tritt as that too.
Yeah.
What's that Travis Tritt song you like?
Trouble.
Trouble.
T-R-O-U-B-L-E.
That's a good one too, though.
Yeah. Yeah. And so is this one.
Yeah, this one's
So
great too.
You walk into a place and this
Yeah.
is playing in the back. You're like,
Oh,
it's going to be a night.
Yeah.
We're going to be here for a
It's
while.
gonna be that. Buckle up. Buckle up.
The first
Yeah.
line of this song
Yeah.
is "Tear the roof off." We're going to tear the roof off this mother sucker.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello. Parliament.
Yeah, Parliament.
Parliament.
That's a Rick Heyman band.
Yeah.
He likes Parliament.
Yeah, that's a Rick.
How could you not? Those guys are great.
That's a Rick
Oh,
Heyman
Great
band.
sound.
God, Jake, just stay in the 70s,
Yeah.
please.
Yeah.
Don't
Start
come
playing.
at
Bill
me.
goes, oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Don't come at with John Popper.
Yeah. He's
What the hell?
Or Beastie Boys.
Beastie
For
Boys.
God's sake.
God.
Just stay in the 70s.
Yes.
That's a good idea. Good job.
You were
today.
bobbing your head during that.
That was a great.
He was
it's a
bobbing.
great
He was
song.
bobbing over there.
It's a great song. What's he say?
Give me the first wording,
What
the first
was it?
phrase.
It's a very repetitive song. There's
Yeah,
not really
very
many, there's not really many
repetitive.
lyrics to it.
Not many lyrics.
It's like that. Who did I write down the lyrics from? What's that band? Casey and the Sunshine Band.
Yeah.
What was that song?
Shake your booty.
Shake, 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 shake your booty.
It's a
Shake
great.
your booty. It's the whole song.
It's a great song, though. It's a great song.
Yep.
Okay, tear the roof off. We're gonna tear the
Yeah.
roof off the mother sucker.
Yeah.
Now, what's he say? Okay, we got the funk.
Yeah.
Give up the funk. We need the funk. Got to have that funk.
Yeah. So funk.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jake, good job.
Thank
A
you.
lot of creativity. You surprised both of us with a great song, a great sound. So it's a 9.5555.
Whoa.
Whoa! Wow.
Didn't
That's
see a
really-
9.5 coming.
Well, come on.
It was
That's
like I
great.
said. I
That's
did.
great.
I just put it into that category of walk-up songs, which are epic. Imagine walking to any place and that's playing. You're like, oh wow, this is incredible. I'm gonna go 9224.
Whoa. We're both in the
Yeah,
nines.
yeah. If matter of fact, there's certain songs like, oh, I would never change that. That is a song 100%. If I'm driving, I'm
Crank
turning
it.
it up.
Crank it.
Volume goes up. Volume goes up.
Yeah.
You surprised us.
Thank you. I try to do
Yes.
that once in a while. We got to guess Josh's score.
Joshua.
Josh is
I'm going to
He
guess.
lost it.
7-4.
Yeah, it's a good guess. I was going to go 7.2.
I'm going to go higher, much higher. 8-7.
7.2. Oh
Seven.
my!
Wow.
On the dot,
That's
8.7 for Sip.
Not
Hang on,
bad.
you get this right here.
Thank you.
On
Yeah.
the dot.
Give him a diamond.
You get a diamond.
Give him a diamond.
You get a diamond.
Is Rick going to be on tomorrow?
Rick's on tomorrow. Yeah,
All right.
get the song.
Hey,
right.
that's a Parliament song.
Yeah.
That is a Rick band.
And his song tomorrow is not Parliament. I already know what it is. It's not Parliament.
It's definitely from the
You better
70s.
bring it after that, Rick.
Yeah, it's gonna be
because
tough to
you
follow
better-
that one.
Rick, you're in trouble.
Where'd you get that from? Did you hear it on the radio?
I don't know where I got that from.
Were you in Sioux City?
No,
At 3
No, I
a.m.?
was not in Sioux City.
Casino?
No.
Casino.
9 deep?
Not this time. Not this time. Before, yes, not this time. Jennifer, 7.9. Hubby, a 7. Guilt Nerd says 1. Barf on that.
Oh, whoa.
What are you
That's
barfing at?
Wow.
What are you
Wow.
barfing at, Guilt Nerd?
He just got
Wow.
up on the wrong side.
Yeah.
Notorious B.I.B. 5.6358. We got who in Columbus?
Bird.
9.
Nice job,
He
Bird.
says
Bird
back.
liked it.
He
Yeah.
gave Beastie Boys a 9 also. He
Yeah.
just
That's okay.
back-to-back 9s.
Yeah,
Yes.
I wasn't as down on Beasties Boys as I am Pauper. Just avoid that.
Sean in Omaha, 7.1. Good creativity today. Thank you. Jake in Hickman, 3.2. Mike in Kansas, 8.4. Says, I need to get out my roller skates and bell bottoms with that
Yes.
one.
No. Tell you, that is a roller rink song.
Whoa,
That is a roller rink song.
Whoa.
100.
We got back-to-back zeros. Twin Bing and Big Ty both go with the straight 0.
They don't like the
there.
bump.
They don't
They don't
funk.
like the bump.
Yeah.
9.1. We got a 6 from Corey and Lincoln. We got
Corey. It's our Corey.
6.66667 from somebody.
Okay.
David from renewyourauto.com, 9.2.
Ooh, David.
Sanderson, 7.7. You never turn that song off.
No.
Sanderson.
Thank
said.
you, Sanders, for the nice hair.
The Law says that's a great name. Solid
Law.
8. The Law. I
The
love
law's
that.
on the text line. That concerns me.
And Bug Eater says that's a 6.
I wonder if that is the actual law.
Yeah, it could be.
Could we,
Are we in trouble?
are we in
The
trouble?
Law. Are you
I
after
wonder
us?
if it's in the FDIC, call Schindler.
Yeah, he'll take care of it.
We're not in charge of that.
Before we get to the mailbag, I'll play a legal ID. 1 second here.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. The home of Kansas City Royals baseball. KNTK FM First, 93.7 The Ticket.
Let's get to the mailbag right now. NFL music never fails. Never fails.
Yeah.
By the way, the mailbag sponsored by our friends at Double Eagle Golf.
Oh, wow.
No
And we're-
way.
And we're going there.
Is that a new sponsor?
of the mailbag. Yeah, golf league begins indoor golf league. It begins September 25th. They got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday night leagues.
Wow. Those are our friends out there.
That's West O Street, the Kinetic Sports Complex.
We're
Sam,
going out there.
Paul, all the guys, great place. We'll be out there for the Friday before the Michigan game for the Ryder Cup. This show and the drive. So
Sam, Paul, Coach Smith.
That's right. All the guys at Double Eagle Golf. Great place. Book your PT time today. Double Eagle Golf.
It's an interesting place.
We had one that came in. I have other ones, but this is a great text for the mailbag. Someone says, "What are Bill and Sip's top roller rink songs?" You mentioned that.
That's one of the things. I need time on that. I can't just rattle those off. I need some time to think through.
Okay. Is there
one
that pops?
Commodores.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Not once, twice, three times a lady, but Brick House.
Yeah.
That's the one.
Commodores would be very good. Yes.
Brick House. Brick House. I'm going
Brick House.
Yeah, I got to think on that. I don't have one.
All right. Michael chimes in. He told us he was moving to Hawaii for a stint here. He says, "Aloha, gentlemen.
Nice.
We made it, and it was quite the trip.
In the 808.
Even just got to the airport between our 20-plus bags, my pregnant wife, and 2 young kids. Definitely a challenging trip. What was your most challenging trip or move you've ever had?" Is the question. Do you have a trip that was tough, a move that was tough?
Yeah, I have. I mean, the COVID trip to Rutgers was rough, and I came back and I told you guys that I was exhausted, and I was driving home, and I just threw up out my door. And I remember thinking, I'm exhausted enough to stop and threw that in. Exhausted, I don't think.
Mine would have been coming back from American Samoa with Urban Meyer. Had island fever, and I was carrying 2 cases of Wahoo tuna. It's a special tuna that you get over American Samoa. It's a sport tuna that they can't sell, but they can can it if they catch it, and it's unreal. And I've
what
got
kind of tuna?
What's that? Wahoo tuna. It comes kind of in a greenish teal can. I had cases of them. I'm carrying it back, and I get fever. Get on the plane, and I'm like 104 fever, like that. And then the flight from Samoa to Utah, you're looking at about 16 hours. And so that would have been my most brutal trip, like that.
Oh,
and Coach Meyer got it too. We both had island fever. Yeah.
Okay. One thing, just real quick. I went to New Orleans to cover the coaches convention in 2002 when Frank Solich was hiring all these coaches. I was covering it, and I ate a steak on what's that street called? Bird Street.
Mm-hmm.
I ate a steak on the first night I was there, and there's going to be 5 nights, and I got food poisoning. I had food poisoning the whole trip. Came back to the Journal-Star on a Friday night, and I laid down between the bookcases and we had a library in there, and it was about 7 o'clock. And when I woke up, it was 7 o'clock the next morning. And I was like, whoa. Okay, when you wake up and you don't know exactly where you are, it's weird.
Who was the president of the university at that time?
I don't know.
My question, was that a worse round of food poisoning than the Dodger dog or not? What was worse? The steak or the Dodger dog? 2 bad bouts of food poisoning.
Yeah, it's a good question. Really close.
I
don't even know. It's too close to call.
I got at Taco Bell on a recruiting trip to Arizona. I love Taco Bell. I still go back. Don't give me a Mexican pizza. It's incredible.
Yeah, you do like the Mexican
pizza. I love it. So I'm not down on the Bell at all. But I had to take I had to take an ambulance to the hospital.
I went to the ER.
Here's the best part. The guy's like, "How sick have you been?" I go, "It's been 2 days." He goes, "I haven't got my hotel room." He goes, "They put in 9 bags of fluid. 9 bags of fluid. 9 bags."
Why am I laughing?
Yeah, 9 bags.
Why am I laughing?
It was incredible.
Because Bill always talked about the
ER. I'd do the ER.
Go to the ER.
I love the ER.
After my ears,
yes.
I had an ear infection this February on a plane. Now, imagine yourself, I got it like during the plane. My ears were like on fire, basically. I couldn't hear. I was like you right now. I could not hear, and it was extremely painful. And I didn't get anything until I
just a flight from
Orlando. I went to Orlando and back. And on the way to Orlando, I was like, something's wrong. It was sick the whole time. Came back. It was the pressure from the airplane was killing my ears.
Ooh,
so I went right to urgent care, and they gave me some pills, and all was healed. But that was
I don't
that
remember
sucked.
that. We were doing the show at that time.
That was February. This February year.
Yeah, that you went to
Island fever. Watch out for it.
Bad.
You are wicked too.
Okay. Moving on. Kelly says, with the Johnny Manziel and Florida Gators Netflix specials out, got me thinking how wild it would have been to be a media member covering those teams. Sip and Jake from the Bill. We have one after this. This is for me and Sip. If you could go back in time for one season, cover a player or team that have been a fun ride, who would you choose?
Any team?
Yeah, any team, any player, any team.
Fun ride. I go back to probably this is probably random, but when Danny Nee was really rolling,
there you go.
It was fun. That was fun. Those were fun. Like we went to the Big 8 tournament, got to the final. That was crazy. That was fun. I was just a kid. I mean, but I remember, and I think it would have been fun covered. Well, I did cover Danny, but it would have been fun covering Danny when he was really going good, which I never really got a chance.
I think the UNLV would be an incredible one.
Oh yeah, when they had Tark.
Yeah, when they had
Tark.
Tarkanian. Yeah, that.
And that would have been amazing.
That the group that won the national championship and lost to the next to Duke. That'd have been an amazing group.
That was 1991.
Stacey Augman.
1990 in that rate.
This might be a random. I would go back. RIP to Mike Leach. Anything with Mike Leach, I would want to
11
cover.
win season.
11 win season when they beat Texas. Michael Crabtree. That would have been an awesome year to follow. Still having awesome quotes.
Wow.
They're winning at a high level. Take me
a
back
great
to
one.
that.
Interesting answers.
This is for you, Bill. Bill,
Yeah.
what player do you wish you would have had the opportunity to coach ever? That's a pretty broad question, but
it's pretty broad. I'm trying to think through of when I watched the other side of what it would been like to have coached.
You like
when you had to go against him and the things that you did. I would like to have coached. You nailed this. I was going with it right away. So I'd like to have coached on the mid 70s, late 70s teams. That was when just what Thomas Lott looked like and J.C. Watts and Sims and Overstreet, all those guys. Peacock. I mean, triple. I mean, and then and because the reason I would say that, because I do know through all of my history and research that they had such a swagger, and it was like, oh, they're undis what that they weren't. They practiced so hard.
Badasses.
Oh, they were badasses on the practice. Their coaching staff was badasses.
Billy Sims told me a great story once that they're all sitting in the locker room and they were talking about why they came to Oklahoma. And Billy Sims said, yeah, well, I mean, Coach Worcester said I was going to win the Heisman. And I think Overstreet was in there as another one. He goes, hey, wait a second. He told me I was going to win the Heisman. And then another one said, yeah, man, wait a second. He told me I was going to win the Heisman.
But those guys, that was and when that triple option was rolling, what they looked.
I could fumble 8 times and beat
you. Remember the face mask that Thomas Lott had? That is like a plastic face mask. And when he get underneath the center, his chin was like right there. I mean, it was so small.
Yeah, get down on it. He get way down.
Way down like that. And then then the mesh with the fullback, Kenny King, and it playing for the Raiders. He scored a touchdown in the Super Bowl, if I remember right. Kenny King.
Yeah, they were.
They
could fumble 8 times, Jake, and
they were dudes. They'd run
that, triple option. The ball would always be on the ground. Sometimes they just pick it up and keep running. But yeah, it was fun to watch.
That is the mailbag, sponsored by our friends at Double Eagle Golf on West O Street in the Kinetic Sportsplex. Thanks to those guys for sponsoring the mailbag. Top of the hour next on Early Break in the Ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
At Meat Market, your family is part of the family. You want money on your meat and groceries. This enjoy 8-ounce USDA New York strip for just $6.99 each. Ultra thick cut Iowa pork chops for $1.99 per pound. And fresh, never frozen Atlantic salmon fillets for just $9.99 per pound. That's all at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
Bagels & Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or lunch in August. Try their new lemon and cream cheese on any bagel or breakfast sandwich. And try the Karma Latte, as 10% of proceeds from that drink will go to the Great Plains Trail Network. 4 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Seward. Bagels & Joe. Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln and across Nebraska by offering a number of services. From group homes to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the support that allows people to live fulfilling lives. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a rewarding career supporting people with developmental disabilities, you can check out open positions along with learning more about services at LA.net. Integrated Life Choices.
Ready to upgrade your combine with new technology to make your harvest more efficient, meaning more money in your pocket? The team at Landmark Implement is here to help find the right combine for harvest. Plus, when you purchase a pre-owned combine from Landmark, you are backed by Landmark's extensive parts and service network, along with Mopex and parts drop-off points to keep you up and running, reducing downtime. View inventory online at landmarkimp.com or stop by your local Landmark to experience the Landmark difference.
You finally finished your man cave in the basement. Brand new furniture, huge TV, and all of your collector's items. You're ready for football season. You were so excited until one bad rain and it is all ruined. Don't risk a flooded basement and countless dollars in damages when it can be avoided. Call John Day for a free sub your home.
45, 55, 55. John Henry's Plumbing.
Summertime is in full swing, and it's time to get to work on outdoor projects. Deck City is a great place to start as Lincoln's local source for everything decks. Deck City has everything you need to build the deck of your dreams, from treated lumber to Westbury aluminum railings and TimberTech composite decking. They offer advice from professionals to give you proper guidance to make your project go smoothly. Call them today to schedule an appointment at 402-480-671. Go online at deckcity.com or visit their new location just north of 33rd and Cornhusker Highway. Deck City, your local deck experts.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just the professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet is just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, our passion. For happier, healthier furry friends. If you struggle with joint issues, you need to get back to full health. South Point Medical and Aesthetics offers breakthrough non-surgical options for treatment of moderate to severe joint pain. Our patients experience little to no downtime from our procedures, and the result remarkable. They've had 14 years of successful treatments with patients from 35 states because of an effective word-of-mouth traffic. Learn more about how you can get lasting results for joint pain today at southpointmedical.com or call 402-323-8400.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at Jobs.
Hey, moms and dads, bring the whole crew to a Salt Dogs baseball game and unleash the fun. Visit Haymarket Park all summer for fireworks Fridays, souvenir Saturdays, Sunday family fun days, and more. With 50 home games. Even we unforgettable. Planning an event? Make it a home run with group discounts. When you need an outing the whole family will enjoy, unleash the fun with the Salt Dogs. 402-472-2255 or visit saltdogs.com for tickets.
Tune in to the Teammates Mentoring Hour each Wednesday from 6 to 7 p.m. on 93.7 The Ticket. Hear stories from the program started by Tom and Nancy Osborne and how it's changed mentors and mentees' lives and how you can be involved. The Teammates Mentoring Hour, Wednesday nights from 6 to 7 o'clock on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Lincoln. Slapped. Damn rooster didn't crow. It's time for Early Break, sponsored by Midwest Bank. Live from Lincoln, America. Here's 93.7 The Ticket's Sorensen.
I'm wrong, but I'm not.
Husker Online, Steve Sipple.
If I were a feral cat.
And longtime college ball assistant, Bill Busch.
You get one team. Mine's the Houston Oilers. I'm not the Texans, and I'm not the Titans, so I'm out.
This is Early Break.
Back to hour two on a day. Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, Bill Busch on Rick. Hour two, as always, sponsored by our friends at Midwest Bank. Member FDIC, location in Lincoln at 27th and Jamie Lane. New location coming to 70th and Pioneers by the beginning of 2024. Bill, any special for Steve Schindler today at Midwest Bank?
Well, Steve is dealing with the heat. So it's been a heat-based program for Midwest Bank.
Oh, nice.
Like that. So anybody that stops in right there, and if they get a loan for over $5,000, you get a free Yeti cooler. They get a free Yeti cooler.
Stay
so
cool. Stay
anything over
hydrated.
$5,000 loan, and again now it's not a high percentage because he will beat anybody. He'll beat anybody. So if you come in from whatever bank from Norfolk, and you have a rate, Steve will beat it, and you'll get a free Yeti cooler.
Yeti cooler.
You can't beat that.
Like just a little Yeti?
What's that? No, full size, big
Full-
one,
a
big one.
big
Yes,
size.
$600-700 cooler.
The big Yeti.
Yes,
They just have them in the back room.
yes, have in the back.
Shout out to Midwest Bank.
FDIC.
That's right. Good stuff.
Maybe
there.
they'll have some balloon fights sometimes.
Yeah. Stay cool.
Water balloon.
Matt Rule spoke on radio last night. We talked a little bit addressing Ted Carter again leaving Nebraska for Ohio State, but there was more than that. There was more said than that by Matt Rule last night on radio, and one quote really caught Sip.
Well, I kind
Okay, let's catch it. Look,
guard. What really you said is a PJ Fleck quote
It did. It's sort of
from
interesting.
Matt Rule. What did Matt Rule say about Minnesota head coach PJ Fleck?
He said about Minnesota, they play
Gophers.
football. Yeah, they play football the way Nebraska did for many years, the way we want to play it. He said they they don't turn the ball over. They win the turnover battle. They're 50% on third down. On defense, they don't give up big plays. They stop the run, and they're one of the best third down defenses. They end up winning time of possession. They make it a physical battle, and they win the game in the fourth quarter. That's the recipe to win. I respect that. Rule said, by the way, as an aside, Rule said he considers Fleck a friend. As another aside, Minnesota has beaten Nebraska 4 straight times, and Fleck is 5-1 against the Huskers. Now, Frost did not respect Fleck, made it pretty clear, but Fleck has done a good job against Nebraska. And I just thought it was interesting to hear the head coach of Nebraska say, that's the way we want to build our program, like PJ Fleck. I don't know how people will respond to that. He's not that popular in this neck of the woods.
Well, what have we known about Fleck's teams? They've had good offensive line play, right? Big O-line. They've had good running backs. They've had, Ibrahim was really good. Of course, before that, they had running backs too that were successful. So, and in 2019, they had the receivers of Bateman and Johnston and Ottman Bell. I mean, that was
incredible.
That was an 11-win football team.
Here's the deal. So what we're talking about here is, I think a fan, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, what fans have an issue with is Fleck's personality and way of doing things, not the way his team plays football.
Oh, that's correct. 100%.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, his team plays football the right way. And I personally love the way Fleck coaches a football game, in that he is the general. I mean,
no doubt about that.
Yeah, he's making all the critical decisions, and he's determining flow of game. And he's not buried in a play sheet. Doesn't have a play sheet. I don't think he has a play sheet. He's definitely not buried in it. He has the tenor of his team, and he understands the flow of the game exceptionally well. That's what I'd say about Fleck.
I would agree. I have zero pushback on how he coaches a game or anything about him. He's done a tremendous job, and have great respect for him for what he's done. And so, I guess generally it's the same thing. You only dislike if there's a dislike towards him. You only dislike people that do well. He's never like, I dislike those guys. I despise that
at
team.
UTEP.
Yeah, exactly. I despise
God.
them. Yeah. I despise those guys. I said,
Not
no,
that I don't.
no,
I'm just picking a program that
Yeah.
struggled. Right?
Yeah, you don't despise anyone that's struggling.
No.
So it's success. When someone says, "I hate those guys," what do you hate? They're really good.
They're
pretty
really
good. They do things
and
the right
can't
way.
beat them.
Yeah, and Fleck is a little much personality-wise. You don't have to say that. I'm saying he's a little much. I mean,
But it works for him.
Yeah.
The team's
Pretty much
pretty
does.
good.
When he gets interviewed, he has a couple catchphrases, but his interviews are really good. Just if you just sit and listen to him, he's really good. He's always complimentary of other people, of his own team, of his coaches, of other opponents, and then he is very well when he gets up in front of Michael. He might have phrases that he does sometimes, but guess what? They get remembered. And so, like I said, what he's done at Minnesota has been really good.
Yeah.
And also there was a little bit of a segue there in it when after Coach Kill left, and then with the
Tracy Claeys.
Tracy Claeys there for 2 years maybe.
I think it was just one.
Well,
Was it
I don't
one
know,
year
but
he was
Tracy's
there?
a good
Yeah.
at that, and but my point being was that they were still in pretty good shape. Jerry Kill did not leave the place awry.
Tracy won 9 games.
Yeah,
Tracy had a 9-win season there.
So he left them with a very good team, and so so it's very similar. They came into it a lot of wins built up when he came in. It wasn't they won 2 last year type of thing. So they came in a good spot. But I'm impressed with him. He'll have, like I said before, he will have his team ready to go.
Why are you so adamant about that he will? Is it because of what? Hunger? Because he's been passed over for jobs? Because
I
he
think
wasn't.
I think it's just a little bit just who he is. No matter what, he'd have his team ready to play. But it's a big stage. It's a big game. You have to remember. And I've been on some coaching staffs, especially on some elite coaching staffs. I'm not going to name the names, but elite. They were very clear. All games count the same. All games aren't the same. When people say that they're all the same, no, they're not.
That's fascinating.
No, they're not. I was around some coaches in certain games and rivalry games that they're like, the hell it is. This is different. This is different. They all count the same. You got to prepare the same. You don't do anything practice-wise different. Just know the reason you come to certain schools. If you're at Ohio State, you come to play Michigan. That's why you go to Ohio State. You want to play in that game.
Yeah.
So don't tell me
There's
it's
other
the same
games,
game.
but yeah.
There's other games. Don't tell me it's the same game. You want you go certain places to play in certain games or in certain arenas. That's why the elite coaches I've been at big logo schools rarely even they won't even recruit against. If someone's like, let's say you're at Ohio State, it's like, well, I'm considering Ohio State. At that, and I really like, I really like
FAU,
and I like them. I think they're really good. And then Syracuse, like, no, we don't recruit against those guys. If that's what you're thinking,
And just go there.
Just go there.
Yeah.
I've seen it said before by a head coach. You know what? That'd be a good spot for you.
Yeah.
Why don't you try that one out?
There's a D-line coach at Nebraska, a former one, who tells a similar story where he was recruiting a guy to Nebraska who was also considering FAU, and he said, "Just go there."
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Great.
That's what you want to do? Go to FAU.
I'm 100% on board. If that's really how you see, 100% on board.
I go back to sorry.
No. I said he'll have him ready to go for this game because it's a big stage for his program.
So on that note, 2 years ago, they began the season on Thursday night against Ohio State, and they pushed him. They lost the game.
If Ibrahim doesn't blow his...
He got hurt. Mo got hurt that game. He was running all over Ohio State. Now, that was Stroud's first game as the quarterback. He was taking over for Haskins. Who was the quarterback to take over? No, he takes
I'm
over.
not sure about that, but I think that could
I'm not sure that was either.
Okay, but he's the starting quarterback that year.
CJ Stroud.
First start. He was, and again, he was a little nervous. He had some moments in that game, but it was a good football game. And Ibrahim gets hurt. Minnesota loses the game, but they were looking like they could win that game before his injury. And that was the first game of the year on Thursday night. They were ready. They were ready for the spotlight.
I think
PJ likes the spotlight.
I think Bill's right. I would add to it. I think now I saw him, Bill. I saw him in Indy. I was right. In fact, Jake, I don't know if I told you this or not, but that big story came out that was damning toward his program,
which just went away.
Gone away. But I was standing in the tunnel as PJ Fleck was about to come out, and his handler is probably his version of Keith Mann.
His version of Keith Mann. Keith, who is that?
Said to Fleck, "Are you ready?" And Fleck said, Fleck nodded like he was a fighter, and then they went in.
That's funny. It's a good visual.
Yeah. He nodded like he was a fighter, and they walked in. It was fascinating to watch, and all by way of saying, I think he has that sort of stuff. Bill's right. It's a big stage Thursday night game. It's Nebraska. He wasn't considered for the Nebraska job. I don't think he was considered for many big jobs at all. I think that's on his. I think that drives him. But I think it's mainly first game, big stage. We're going to be ready. Now Nebraska's the same way though, right? The rules got to be thinking the same thing.
Oh, the
big stage. We got to be ready.
Remember when we're discussing PJ Fleck anti-Nebraska, like they're no, 100% ready to go. Coach Rule will do a great job having the team ready. We're just discussing what they look like and how they're going to be ready to go at that. So they're
okay to respect your opponent.
Yeah,
this isn't the UFC.
Yeah. So,
ever notice those UFC guys?
Never.
They attack
never
each
respect.
other. Personally.
personally.
I can't imagine what they would say to me. You little scumbag.
Yeah.
You little dirtball.
But if the fans haven't been there, their new fans are going up. Not new fans, but fans going for the first time to the stadium in Minneapolis. It's incredible. It's an incredible stadium.
Why do you say that?
It's real close, right on top of it.
It's a good looking.
It's a good look when you pull up to it. It's very odd. Which I don't know what direction it is. I'm gonna assume it's the north. It's a very small end zone. It's only like 12 rows up or something. It's very odd looking for a Big Ten school. But
it is.
It's a very.
I remember the first time I saw it, I thought, okay, when's the addition coming?
Yes. Yeah,
Because
so
it's
this
small.
is it.
Oh, this is it. This is done.
Yeah.
But it's a great place. It's a great place to play. Everything about it is just the stadium is really, really cool.
I know one thing you like, and I like it too. When you're watching games on TV, there's that end zone and there's a gate and you can see the traffic going by.
Yes.
I always get a kick out of that.
Yep.
Yeah, there's a guy just driving by.
Northwestern's the same way.
Yeah.
They show the scoreboard and see cars driving by. I mean, they're driving by. They're within 10 yards of the stadium. 10 yards. It's 10 yards of the stadium. Somebody could get out of their car and they could heave like a water bottle into the stadium from where they're at.
We don't advise that.
No, I wouldn't do that.
What else did the rules say last night? Hold on a second.
Matt Rule again talking to the media, talking to the Husker Sports Network last night. He was mentioning also, Cameron Lanhart. Looking forward to seeing him play. He's going to play as a true freshman. If Uman Mielen gets healthy, he will be playing also on that defensive line. Very high in terms of what they have there.
He did say that Teddy
Prohaska,
and Marcus Washington practiced yesterday. Although he made it, and I'm just kind of going by. He talks really fast, and I'm just going by feel. But it sounds like those guys are still a little limited. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think they're full go. Now, neither Satterfield yesterday nor Rule said those words, but that's the impression I got. Do you have any sound on?
I do.
Oh, this is great.
What would you like to hear from
Marcus
Satterfield?
I'll go to what he said about Sims.
Okay. Here is Marcus Satterfield, Nebraska's offensive coordinator, on Jeff Sims so far in fall camp.
I think he improved every day. Goal we wanted to take increase his completion percentage. 4 or 5 days, the completion percentage wasn't as good as we wanted. Getting used to playing all these different looks and stuff we're getting. I think he just chipped away at it, and by the end of camp, it's around where we want it to be. And I think that he did a really nice job of care of the football. That was a huge emphasis for him. And then him just not being scared to use his legs. Don't be scared to use your legs when needed.
Probably going to need it. He's right. Now, Satterfield wants the completion percentage to be 65% or better. Now, he's asking this of a player in Jeff Sims who had a 57.5% completion rate in 3 seasons for Georgia Tech.
Yeah.
Big sample size, 24 games. So he's asking him to make quite a jump, 65% or better. Now, they're going to run a lot of short routes. They are. They'll help him with that completion percentage. It'll be a lot of built stick routes.
There'll be easy access throws.
Yes,
is what they're looking for. But everyone looks for those. It all comes down in the end. Still, percentage is great. It's still yards per attempt, yards per completion. That's how you get judged. You have to have it's yards per attempt, yards per completion. Because after a while, those things just don't. If you don't get the big shots, the down the field shots, they're hard. Because what happens on simple passing game is you get a lot of balls will get knocked down. You get some PBUs at the line of scrimmage. They set you off a little bit to do some things. But everyone's going to have those throws in. Everyone does that. But it's going to come down to when you're watching a team, it's like yards per attempt, yards per completion.
Think about that. I never think about that. Thank you, Bill. I don't think about
a huge difference. What
you look at that.
Look at that. Absolutely.
Yards per attempt or yards per completion.
Because sometimes I said if they're getting 4 yards of completion or 5 yards of completion, that's like you'll be like number one in the country in defense if you're playing that well against those type of teams. So you want to look at that. There has to be big shots down the field for any team. This is for any team. You have to have those big shot completions. I talked about the deep over routes, which I sent you guys a text on yesterday.
Yeah,
we did. I got that.
Yeah, and now this is where I get to with Nebraska. They're not loaded with that sort of receiver. Now, Washington, that's why his health is paramount. because he does give you that a little bit. He's not. That's not. Now he's not. I mean, that's not Trey Palmer. Marcus Washington is not Trey Palmer, but he's pretty good.
He's a good
deep
player.
threat.
Yeah.
What stood out the number of times that I've talked on the show about design quarterback runs, difficult. You can defend them. Quarterback scrambles way harder.
Yeah,
and so he talked about there about using his legs and the scramble, because that's someone that's very gifted. And if you're in a 4-man rush,
right,
there's going to be creases
right
for him to be able to take off.
Well, Rule talked about how you drop back into coverage, you got everybody covered, and then boom, the quarterback takes off running down the sideline. Your defensive backs are looking the other way. That happens. Oh yeah, I mean, this is. If you're looking for reasons for optimism, that's one big one. Number 7 is going to be running down the field at times, and that's a big Jake. And there might be a loose horse tweet. I mean,
get ready for that loose horse.
Loose horse. That's a big horse. Yeah. I mean, he's a big horse.
By itself,
that's a derby horse. That'll be running down the field. He'll be doing it. There'll be times when he does it. He's got to do it. They need big plays. I don't know if they're going to grind out. Like Bill,
everyone has a hard time with that. That's
12
everyone.
Play drives.
Everyone
Here comes a flag
has the hard
point.
time.
Yeah,
you'll have enough things to be able to get to, but like I said, his legs will cause problems, and they'll cause more problems, in my opinion, generally, and just from being on defense my entire life, is they'll cause more problems as scrambles than they do design quarterback runs. Quarterback run game, I would imagine for most people, it's going to show up heavily in short yard situations, 3rd and 2s. That's when the quarterback run game becomes very difficult to stop.
I said it.
Quarterback counters, quarterback powers, all those different things.
I've said it at times to Jake on Jamal Lord. When I always would sit in the press box.
Jamal Lord.
Well, I would always be up there and thinking, if this play's a broken play, that's the best shot they got.
Run Jamal, run.
Because then it's playground time.
And that's when Jamal
was what, 6'3", 220,
something like that. He was
6'3", 220, ran. I mean,
he ran for contact.
He was a great runner. He was a great runner.
He took on contact well.
Hope for a broken play.
Yep.
I have not studied Sims, but just the number of scrambles he had, what his yardage was, in scrambles at Georgia Tech would be interesting.
Yeah,
he had some of the same situations.
I want to get a couple more from Satterfield from yesterday, some quotes, and we'll get to breaking Bill's thrills. So regarding yesterday, he said they need to improve on focus and urgency. Here's Marcus Satterfield from yesterday, 9 days at that point away from the first game.
We need to improve on the focus. We need to improve on the urgency. We came out today a little bit, which we don't ever want to do, and challenged them. And I think that they understand the urgency they need to play with, and they understand the focus they need to play with, and continue to get better as this week goes through.
Not what you want to hear, I guess, this close to game 1.
Yeah, Rule says he doesn't mind that because it's a teaching opportunity. That sometimes that's good, and then Rule will create a little chaos and get into them, and that can be okay. I just don't think you can expect a team to be on it all the time. It's not. We're humans.
They're human.
Yeah, I'm on it all the time. I'm a rare person.
Oh yeah, every day.
That's right.
Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen everything. I've seen complete, unbelievable preparation all week or whatever, and play the same way. Play great, and I've seen it horrible preparation, still played great, or unbelievable preparation, played bad. So I've seen the different phases of things.
You can't worry about too much.
They get so worried about that. In general, you can always tell pretty good with where they're at, where they're, you can just tell. Like I always say, come down with bright eyes and ready to go. And you can kind of tell just about earliness, punctuation, all those things like that. It's just like everything's on. You feel really good about yourself.
Mm-hmm.
What you don't feel good about is all of a sudden you have somebody that's of course you'd be an assistant coach, and all of a sudden like, we're so and so for breakfast, or they're breasting the tape of getting down here for breakfast, or for this or whatever it is. All those little things matter. All those things that, and like I said, that's why now that's on as an assistant coach. I don't know if I was like my guys were there. It's like we're early for everything and ready to go, but that matters when things are going. Yeah,
interesting.
Because if you would see the stress when we would stand there at University of Utah, and that's when I was with Urban Meyer, was head coach there, and the elevators coming down to Marriott were glass. So you had the people come in. So we're waiting we're leaving for it's the last team meeting, and you're just watching those guys. You can see them in the glass elevator. You're trying to see who's there, and you're checking them off, and it's just like, you're like,
come on.
Help us out, guys. If you've already texted, you've already done it.
Man.
Most of the time, I've sent my graduate assistant to the room. Get him down. Get
Make it
down.
happen.
Get down. This is not this. Get down. The last thing you want is all of a sudden 2 dudes walking in late in the team. It's like,
And then Urban
whatever.
or whoever.
Don't want that.
yeah, it didn't go well.
Ed,
Yeah,
Urban.
yeah.
Who else?
That's like Whittingham,
Whittingham.
Alvarez.
Then they're in.
Sean
Then they're
Oakland.
on you.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh yeah. They're if they're late, it's never like, I know it's not your fault, coach. It's like, no, it's your job to have your guys ready.
Yeah.
Like that. So that was always my big meeting the last with my guys. I'm just like, hey, real simple. I said, I'm pretty calm with you guys, especially on game day. I am. I'm not calm for the meeting that we have to be on early. That's not where there's no calmness there for me. So that's where we got to go.
Bill's Thrills is next.
Are we doing those today?
Yeah, on early
Awesome.
break on the ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
If you struggle with joint pain, there's good news. You don't need surgery to get back to full health. Point Medical and Aesthetic offers breakthrough non-surgical options for treatment moderate to severe joint pain. Our patients experience little to no downtime from our procedures, and the results are remarkable. They've had 14 years of successful treatment with patients from 35 states because of an effective word-of-mouth traffic. Learn more about how you can get lasting results for joint pain today at southpointmedical.com or call 402-323-8400.
This is Brad with Midwest Bank, proudly serving our Nebraska communities for over 70 years. We're a community bank, making local decisions, supporting local organizations, and helping local businesses and farms succeed. We are dedicated to serving our clients, helping them meet their needs with sound, innovative banking solutions. From an array of accounts, cash management, small business, real estate, and ag lending. Where are you? Your community, your Midwest Bank. Find out more at midwestbank.com. Member FDIC.
You've worked hard all year, sweating, building, providing. Labor Day is your day. Schaefer celebrates you this Labor Day. To show our appreciation, Schaefer's has lowered the prices on Maytag and KitchenAid appliances. Save on energy-efficient refrigerators or Maytag laundry pairs. And reward yourself with interest-free financing. Schaefer's, local and family-owned since 1946.
You're counting on your team to win, so why not prove it? By placing your bets at Warhorse Sportsbook. Their win is your win. Put your money where your mouth is on nearly every sporting event. The Warhorse app to check odds and build your bets before placing your wagers in person at Warhorse Casino, including live in-game betting. No bets, no glory. Wagers may only be placed on Nebraska-based teams when played outside the state of Nebraska. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
If you have concerns about your drinking water, just call Bryant. If your water doesn't look right, smell right, or taste right, Bryant can help. If your water has high levels of iron, Bryant can help. If you're tired of foggy dishes and dingy clothes, Bryant can help. Whatever your home water needs are, Bryant is here with a solution to fit your needs. Be sure about your water. Just call 467-1111. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. We do whatever it takes.
You've driven by GE Landscape Supply countless times, likely without even knowing, at 6701 Cornhusker Highway. Now it's time to stop in. GE Landscape Supply sells to homeowners and contractors with a vast selection of landscaping and construction material. They sell in bulk to save you money, and you can buy anything from a 5-gallon bucket to a semi-load. And don't forget, they deliver anywhere. Stop by 6701 Cornhusker Highway from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday to Friday and 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturdays. Go to GELandscapeSupply.com for more info or call 402-467-1627.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln and across Nebraska by offering a number of services. From group homes to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the support that allows people to live fulfilling lives. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a rewarding career supporting people with developmental disabilities, you can check out open positions along with learning more about services at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
Are you tired of living in pain? It's time to take control. At Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, we're your one-stop shop for expert care in Lincoln. From broken bones to complex reconstruction, our skilled team will help you get back on track. Visit prairieortho.com today and discover why we're the trusted choice for thousands of patients. Don't let pain back. Take the first step towards a better pain-free life with Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, where healing begins. Call 402-489-4700.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is now open in Lincoln. Shop our expansive collection of wine, beer, spirits, and cigars at 5040 North 27th Street. From top-shelf liquor to crowd-favorite beer, Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits has a beverage for every taste and every budget. Plus, join the program to earn rewards and save on future purchases. Shop Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits at 5040 North 27th Street in Lincoln. That's 5040 North 27th Street.
Vershawn Jackson for Brant Excavating. Brant's been in business for 29 years, and they specialize in a variety of things. If you're looking for someone to get the job done in precision demolition, excavating, trucking, mass grading, prep, Brant is the place to call. Set up a quote or learn more. Call Brant Excavating at 402-474-4113 or go to BrantExcavating.com. They're also hiring, so join the team today. Brant Excavating, a part of the Bauer brand. Oh, big brand.
This, well, little bro, it's Early Break with Sip and Jay, brought to you by Dana Trucking. Weekday mornings from 6 to 8 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Thanks as always today, 402-464-5685. We heard from Chris at the Baldwin Shop
Thank you.
also on the phones.
Thank you,
We
Chris.
hear from Chris.
God, we got to get over to the Baldwin Shop.
We do. Got to give them our preseason bagel. We always give them bagels or donuts before the season. So should need to get over
Baldwin
to that.
Shop.
Baldwin Shop.
They've
Great
been
people.
incredibly loyal.
We have.
Incredibly loyal.
Reminder before we get to Bill's Thrills, today we are taking a helicopter ride with the Nebraska Army National Guard. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be wonderful out there. We will get footage of this, and we will have it hopefully on Friday when we are actually doing a remote broadcast at the Army National
broadcast.
Guard. Yeah,
You want to go live for that. You want to be on the YouTube.
you're gonna want to see that because Bill might
watch that.
Bill might be operating a tank for part
Could be.
of it.
I've asked to drive one. Yes.
Hey, where'd
I've asked-
Bill go?
I've asked
Guys, watch out.
General Larry Vertiska. I've asked if I could please drive it. He's the one who directs all of the national.
You'd be good.
I'd love to drive one.
Oh my.
Are you claustrophobic? That'd be the thing I wonder.
Yeah.
I think Bill would be fine.
I'm a little claustrophobic.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I'm a little bit like
I
that.
just
Yeah, but you're driving a tank though. You
Yeah.
can
I'd
push that
figure it out.
aside.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'd figure it out.
Just pop out the top.
Yep. Yeah, that'd be
Yes.
fine. Great. Be
I'd
awesome.
want to.
I wouldn't mind throwing a grenade. I wouldn't mind throwing a grenade.
We
I
have a
wouldn't.
grenade throwing contest. Who can throw it the farthest, or I guess the
I don't
best
think that's
form.
what you're looking for. The farthest.
Why not?
I just.
I don't want that thing close to me when it explodes.
Yeah. I saw a pipe in the street yesterday, and I had a strange feeling come over me. Like, don't touch it.
That was a pipe bomb.
I thought it was something weird. It looked weird. I just said, no, I'm not touching that. Nothing happened.
Are we shooting any guns at all?
I don't know yet. This is all. We
No.
will learn more
We're not.
today.
And we're not throwing grenades. All right.
I just thought it'd be
This
something we'd
isn't-
like to do.
It's
We're
worth
not
the
in
conversation.
Are we parachuting out of the helicopter into Rick Heyman's yard?
This isn't combat.
We're coming for you,
Yeah,
Hayden.
Heyman's yard.
Right in the
Oh,
go for the pool.
Hey, Rick. Put a little target in there.
Simple on 3.
All right, let's get to it. It is time
Yeah,
for Bill's Thrills Wednesday.
we are doing it. Okay.
Yeah, right. Wednesday edition, Wildcard Wednesday right now.
Call him the most man in the
Setting up the mushroom.
Yes.
Bonanza.
Oh,
yeah.
we
Go better with thunder and lightning.
Us call him Coach, but to everyone else, he's Bill.
I want to get one of those military ab stimulators for us to wear during the show. You see, I sent you today.
It's time for Bill's Thrills on Early Break, sponsored by Dirk, Scott, and Ty at Mid-Plains Advisors.
We never know where Wildcard Wednesday will go with Bill. We know Bugaboo Tuesday, football affects Monday, but Bill, the floor is yours on Bill's Thrills, sponsored by Dirk, Scott, and Ty at Mid-Plains Advisors.
They just call them the ATMs. That's what they are. They're a cash machine. Just call them the ATMs. That's
Great
what they're
people.
doing. I was very heavily into school playground. We talked about swings and the all the different things that go with it. So I got to thinking about
There's the flip.
competition in games.
That was a good flip right there.
Better times when the Husky kid could still be a hero. When the Husky kid could still be a hero. The ultimate playground energy game of Red Rover. Think about this. You pick teams, you separated. Here's the key. When you separated the teams for Red Rover and you had the distance, how do you choose the distance? No one knows that. Nope. There's no one like, hey, step it off. It's 20 feet. No. Sometimes you might run 50 yards. You might run 10. You never know. That was always a big deal. But no one ever knows how that's determined. And just think, is there a better game how it starts? Red Rover, send Jake right over. And the guy's got to just take off and dart.
Break through those
and
arms.
You break through the arms. And you're trying to pick, hey, a little weak spot or where you want to be able to go with that. Unbelievable at that. And then the burst. And then just think of this: the people that got clotheslined, the people that got just clotheslined coming through your circle. You'd hold your arms like this. Then right when they're coming through, you'd raise it up. You'd have a plan. You'd have a plan to raise it up so they caught him right in the jugular. Yeah. Right in the Adam's apple. You wait for it. Hey, stay low. Stay low. Don't panic. Don't panic. And then right at the very end, go right because that slow you down. You take a shot to the neck, stops your feet. That's how you win. That's how you win, guys. Red Rover. And Jake, can you see Jake darting? Can't you see him? I see him do that.
Dart.
And
then
you would
Red Rover coach.
Oh yes. And then you would talk about how to defend it because the whole key to it is you have to be like a rubber band and be elastic. So when there's contact, you have to give. If you just try to hold firm, you got to have some give to it.
You were born to be a coach.
Oh, I'm telling you.
You could coach Red Rover.
Think about also
Red Rover coach.
Think about the shoulder trauma. You took you're holding hands and someone just ripping through and you're holding on, just the shoulder trauma that is taken.
If I were a head coach at a football university right now and listening to this, I would hire him immediately. He could coach Red Rover. He surely could coach the safeties.
I think so. I have a plan.
Right. You have a plan.
When the Husky kid could still be a hero. Because when all of a sudden, when the big kid came down the deal, you're like, oh no, here comes the little Husky. He's the Husky.
Please don't come to me. Please say the headline again.
Yeah. When the Husky kid could still be a hero.
You played,
and then the scoring system was incredible. If you broke through, you got to choose some from that team to go back to your side. And if you didn't make it through, then you had to stay on that team. It was survival of the fittest.
Same principle applied to. We played a game that I don't know that you could do this anymore. Like at Hartley, I can't imagine them doing this at Hartley School in the playground. We call it kill the man with the ball.
Yeah,
and that's what it was. You're trying to get the ball loose or tackle him.
Yeah,
and there's, I can remember like being 6 guys on my back.
Yeah, exactly.
But anyway, Red Rover.
When the Husky kid could still be a hero.
Is there any chance that is still being played at elementary schools?
Yeah,
Red Rover. Like, does that still exist?
We played it
today.
We played it in college. I know a couple times we played it still, like even outside of college. Oh, yeah, in college.
In Western?
All of a sudden,
at Western?
Yeah. All of a sudden, it's like, let's break one out here.
A little different.
Because what's more fun than that than Red Rover, send Jake right over. Pick the name on. Someone's always going, and you look, you said, like, who should we pick? Connie. Have Connie come over. Get that Red Rover.
Would you try to choke her out?
If you had to. You had to. You go high. The clothesline was the best move, and you held low on purpose. They try to bust her, and you go right up high, right to the jugular, right to the jugular.
Because if you get the neck, the feet stop.
Exactly.
Good coaching.
From the text line, Gator is with us. He says, "As the Husky kid, I am undefeated in Red Rover. Can confirm.
Undefeated.
Undefeated.
This is the day for the Husky.
Undefeated.
Where's the Husky kid?
The Husky kids. This is your day.
For you.
Your day.
Yeah. We celebrate you today.
Yes, have a snack pack pudding. Remember those?
Oh,
the snack pack pudding. Remember the old one? You had the little loop and you tore it off like that. It wasn't a little peel back.
No, I didn't have. I had the peel back.
Oh no, the old snack pack pudding had a.
Right
was like and the old Pringles came were the same way. The old snack pack came in a 4-pack.
Yep.
Hunts
was good.
This will make you sad. Someone says I've been at LPS for 8 years. I've never seen Red Rover play.
Yeah, I don't think
that makes me sad a little bit.
That does make me sad. It really does. It was a tremendous game. It was a game for winners. It was a game of winners.
The Huskies.
Yeah, the Husky people.
Nyla says this all I see is Jake getting clothesline and then whining about them having their arms too high.
Stop, Nyla.
Oh, come on, he's cheating.
Jake
Get
would
up
call.
here.
He would do that. He would do
I'm
that.
getting through that line every time.
Yeah.
I'm getting through.
Can you see? I mean, but you would dart. Can you see
Oh,
that?
yeah.
When can you see Jake taking off? I saw how fast he went to Copperhead Road.
Yep.
Onto the. So I know right.
And I'd have it picked out
Yeah.
where I'm going to.
Yeah.
I'm going right for you. I'm
Yeah.
going to break your arm on the way.
Yes. Think of the injuries
Yeah,
that happened.
shoulder
Could have been
pain.
broken arms, shoulder trauma, shoulder trauma, shots to the jugular. ER
involved.
Let's get the Adam's apple guy. Let's go. Yeah.
This is, I don't know this name, but obviously you would. Matt, the official chef of the drive, has brought in food. He says, "Hey, Coach, how often did you choose Greg Christensen for Red Rover back in the Pender days?"
What's that? Greg would have been a great one. He would have had some sort of a stunt. He'd have had some sort of trickery.
Is he a big
Yeah,
dude?
not a really big dude. No, not a real big dude, but he'd have had some trickery involved. But Greg would have been very good in the Red Rover game. That's correct. That's Greg Christensen. Yes.
Greg Christensen.
Guilt Nerd says, "Mass kicks ass even in Red Rover."
Yes, exactly. Mass.
That's the Husky kid.
The Husky kids. Today's the day for the Husky kids.
Yeah.
Red Rover.
And last one.
Keep going.
Matt says, I was the short, skinny kid that would totally get clotheslined. Wasn't so awesome for me."
It's a grown man's game. When you decide to sign up for it, it's like, hey, we're playing. It's like, all right. Oh, you're gonna go down. People are gonna go to the ground.
Yep.
People are going to the ground. Just people are going to the ground. And that's the way life should be. Better times.
Better
Jake.
times.
Better times.
That is,
Is anybody arguing that?
Yeah.
no one's arguing. So
No.
Matt says, I
My
was a
God.
kid. This brings back some traumatic incidents for him. He was a skinny kid that got clothesline, so wasn't so great for him.
Some trauma.
Husky kid.
The plan
It's
for
your
the
day.
clothesline was incredible. Just to stay low, let him get right, bring him right to our web's nest right there, and then just boom,
Right into our lair.
right.
And then activate.
That's a Wednesday edition of Bill's Thrills, sponsored by Dirk, Scott, and Ty at Mid Plains Advisors. Call them at 402-730-7387 to plan your financial future and make a lot of money.
The ATMers.
That was incredible.
That was a good one, Bill. Let's play the game show. Give us a call right now at 464-5685. Your chance to win a business box of bagels.
Well,
to
we're late.
Bagels and
We're
Joe.
late.
It's also Wild Card Wednesday on
Famous
Trivia.
Tims.
There's no famous people today. Today, though, is state nicknames. There's 50 states. There are 50 states out there. I will give you the nickname. You just simply tell me what state that's for.
Okay.
The Cornhusker, the Hawkeye State.
Okay, so stop.
Those are two that will not be in the game show. 464, look at Bill. 464-5685. Shut Up Simple starts right now.
We've all been there. You're listening to the radio, and then that rage starts to grow inside of you. It starts to consume you. It's to the point where you just want to yell, "Shut up, Sipple!" No, sorry. I'm sorry. Well, here's your chance. It's time to shut up, Sipple. Call now to play. 464-585. Shut up, Sipple. Brought to you by Bagels and Joe.
All right, 464-5685. Call the Dick Down Sip in Trivia. Our contestant is someone who actually already brought us gifts today. We got Dave Dipple.
Dipple
is a great listener of the show. Your long-lost third cousin. He provided us some McDonald's this morning. Some
Yeah.
food there.
Yeah. Hey, can I thank him?
from the
Please do.
railroad.
Please do.
Because thanks for bringing us breakfast. That was nice of you. I couldn't break out of the studio because we were in the middle of a segment. But that I had, what did I have, Jake? A McGriddle?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I had a McGriddle. Our producer gets 2 sandwiches. So thank you, Dave. Cuz
Yeah, you're welcome, cuz. You don't make the family reunion, so I got to bring the food to you.
That's the way it goes, Dave.
yeah,
You
my
know
mom
that.
would tell you. I
Hey, you
miss
know,
it.
are you guys going to get as much food on O Street as you do here?
Well,
I don't know.
Okay, possibly.
If you
question,
think it's
Dave.
not been discussed, it has been.
It's been discussed.
It's a concern.
You and missing tooth Greg would be central in that conversation.
Yes.
We don't know.
If we
We'll see.
we will give out the address.
Yeah.
Yes.
We'll do that. All right.
Oh, I drive by it whenever I go to work, on the railroad station down there on West Hill.
You'll be there.
Yeah.
You'll be there then. All right. Because Dave Dipple, Bill is a lifeline for SIP for one question. He doesn't feel great about this.
Can we have a map? Can I have a U.S. map in front of me? Can I have a U.S. map?
What's the topic?
State nicknames. Dave's gonna do well today. State nicknames today. Dave Dipple is the topic.
Oh,
I'm with you. This could be a 0-0. This is going right to
Let's
right to
see if we get
tiebreaker.
any questions right. Dave, here's your first question. What state is the natural state? Bill's face is just. This is for you, Dave.
Well, I got a 1 in 50 shot.
Yeah, you do.
1 in 49, actually. Natural.
Good job, Dave.
Vermont.
I like the guess. Unless do not steal that. Jeez.
Coach says pass. That'd be Arkansas.
Okay.
The natural state.
The natural state.
The natural. Roy Hobbs.
Naturally.
All right,
Yeah.
Frank. Oh, yeah, naturally, the natural state. All right.
It's pretty funny today.
All right, Sip. First question. What state is the Magnolia State?
Ooh, we should know
That
this.
we should know.
Yeah, the Magnolia.
I have a guess if
You can't go
if
wrong.
I have to.
You
If I
can't, you
have-
can't
if
lose.
you don't
You
have
can't lose a
anything,
point here. So
it takes me out of it though. Do you have a? I have a guess.
No. Can we both write one down, or is that elite? No, because then he's in.
just take Bill if you want him.
I'm gonna. If you only got a guess, I might as well take a guess and
Yeah,
keep
go
you in
ahead.
my back pocket.
'cause I'm not-
I'm gonna say Mississippi.
Mississippi is correct. He got it right.
I didn't have.
What were you going to guess, Bill?
I'm not gonna tell you.
Mississippi.
Cuz, I'm sorry, cuz.
It's not over yet. Dip.
Oh,
We're okay. You're in.
You're in it. Wisconsin.
Wisconsin. All right, Dave. Back to you for the tie. Down 1-0. What state is the Centennial State?
Oh, come on.
You know this?
Cuz you know that.
We're playing them in a couple weeks. Colorado.
Yep.
Colorado. We got 2 out of 3 so far. We're doing pretty
Good
well.
job, cuz. Good
Okay.
job.
All right, Bill is still in play.
If I'm
Runs
gonna
in our
lose,
blood, doesn't it, buddy?
if I lose, I want to lose to a blood.
Yeah, it's
my
true.
blood.
All right.
Not a grip.
Last question. Bill's in play. Sip, what state is the Silver State?
Oh,
the
God,
Silver
Jake.
State.
Well, Bill,
Bill's in play. You guys can confirm.
I got a pretty good guess.
I can go ahead.
Well, I got a map in front of me. That helps too. Because I got a map in front of me. It's not really cheating if you think about it. It's just a map.
I have a guess written down.
Okay, if you're just guessing, I'm gonna keep rolling the dice.
Go.
Nevada.
Look at him go. Look at him go. Dave, it was a good battle, but your blood Sip got you today. So try again next time. But thank you for the food though, Dave.
You're welcome. I got to respect him. He's older than I am.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Cuz, am I older than you?
Yeah, by a month.
I got you by a month.
Appreciate it, Dave. Good try today.
I love you guys. Dibble out.
Wow. Dipple out. Dipple. Hey, that was
Well, it's good to hear from my
Sip
cousin.
getting 2 of those right.
That's crazy. I was just good to hear from Dad.
It
From
was
rolled the dice twice, you got it right. Even though they weren't steals, you had nothing to lose it, but you did without Bill there.
Yes.
All right.
Okay, Bill, tiebreaker. This should not be overly tough, I think,
Setting him up.
for a number of
Yeah.
least. Okay. How many U.S. states were admitted post 1900? So 1900 or after?
Bill. he wasn't a great student.
No.
1900 or after?
12.
Ooh, are you going over under 12?
I'm going over.
5. No, 5.
Know my stuff. Yeah.
See, Bill got yeah.
Your grill.
Okay, here's the Oklahoma 1907, New Mexico and Arizona 1912, and Alaska, Hawaii in both in 1959. That's
Huh.
5 states post 1900.
Wow.
Let's give us
That
some
late.
knowledge this morning. Yeah.
That late on Oklahoma and Arizona.
Yep.
Wonder what held that.
Don't know. Wasn't around back then. Spillovers next on Early Break in the Ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Is this you? You feel the same way every day, and it's not good. You may think there's a magic pill that can fix you. There isn't. Limitless Male has found that the majority of men who admit they feel bad are suffering with low testosterone, which can cause these symptoms: low energy, brain fog, belly fat, muscle, low libido. Sound familiar? Get your testosterone checked at Limitless Male. Your first consult is free. Insurance accepted.
The
The sweet relief of air conditioning after a hot day in the summer sun. For only $2.88 a day, LES helps power life's special moments and your comfort. Learn more at les.com/value.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. The home of Kansas City Royals baseball. ANTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Gala Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gala Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gala Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gana Trucking. Learn more and apply to GanaTrucking.com.
Heartland International in Lincoln reminds us people today are facing more hardships than ever before. It's becoming all too common to hear that someone has become so desperate that they've taken their own life. People almost always warn those close to them that desperation be a shoulder to lean on and insist that they seek professional help. This message from Dennis and Penny Nunn at Heartland International in Lincoln, marketing quality products since 1974. Visit heartlandinternational.com. We're stronger when we help one another.
Warning, this ad will use the F word often, so listen at your own risk. Family fun, freedom from fuel, free Yeti cooler, free dry delivery. Hey, this is Carl from Nebraska Golf Carts and Priced Right Auto. And we have the all-electric Bentelli Fun Carts, and they are a blast. Plenty of fun colors, and these street-legal cars come in both 4 and 6 passenger. Tell us you heard us on the ticket and get a free Yeti cooler with your purchase. Hurry, supply is limited. Check them out at 1235 West O in Lincoln or NebraskaGolfCarts.com.
Vershawn Jackson for Brandt Excavating. Brandt's been in business for 29 years, and they specialize in a variety of things. If you're looking for someone to get the job done in precision demolition, excavating, trucking, mass grading, and site prep, Brandt is the place to call. To set up a quote or learn more, call Brandt Excavating at 402-474-4113 or go to BrandtExcavating.com. They're also hiring, so join the team today. Brandt Excavating, a part of the Bauer brand, who reminds you, go Big Brand.
You had to know that when Wingstop set out to make a crispy, juicy chicken sandwich, they wouldn't make it in just one flavor. They'd make it in all 12, like lemon pepper, mango habanero, hickory smoked barbecue, and OG hot. So why have one new favorite chicken sandwich when you can have 12? Try the new sauced and tossed Wingstop chicken sandwich today for only $5.49 at Wingstop, where it's its wings. Valid for a limited time and available at participating Wingstop locations only while supplies last. Price subject to applicable taxes and fees.
You've worked hard all year, sweating, building, providing. Labor Day is your day. Schaefer's celebrates you this Labor Day. To show our appreciation, Schaefer's has lowered the prices on Maytag and KitchenAid appliances. Save on energy-efficient refrigerators or Maytag laundry pairs, and reward yourself with interest-free financing. Schaefer's, local and family-owned since 1946.
The Lincoln Chamber of Commerce, Nebraska National Guard, 55th Wing, and the Lincoln Airport Authority presents the Guardians of Freedom Air Show, featuring the U.S. Navy Blue Angels, the F-16 Viper demo team, F-35, and the Air Force Wings of Blue. Experience a spectacle that your family will remember forever. The Guardians of Freedom Air Show, Saturday, August 26th and Sunday, August 27th at Lincoln Air Park. Parking and admission are free. Learn more at LincolnAirShow.com.
Hey, moms and dads, bring the whole crew to a Salt Dogs baseball game and unleash the fun. Visit Haymarket Park all summer for fireworks Fridays, souvenir Saturdays, Sunday family nights, and more. With 50 home games, even weekdays can be unforgettable. Planning an event? Make it a home run with group discounts. When you need an outing the whole family will enjoy, unleash the fun with the Salt Dogs. Call 402-474-2255 or visit saltdogs.com for tickets.
93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Plain Heating and Air.
Lincoln forecast will be very hot and another humid day. Make sure you drink lots of water today. Afternoon highs will be around 105. Tonight, probably cloudy and very warm. Overnight lows around 80. And tomorrow we'll see more intense heat in most sunny skies with a high of around 104. Meteorologist for 93 Ticket and the Ticket FM.
We're on the air.
Well, starting early today, isn't it?
To more of Early Break with Sip and Jay, brought to you by Gaina Trucking. On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It is time for the spillover with Rap and AD, sponsored by South Point Medical and Aesthetics. AD, I saw yesterday that you made a new purchase, and I saw you were on a 105-degree day riding a new bike. Is that right?
Yeah.
Where were you? Tell us about what'd you get?
I was at Speedy Pete's.
Speedy Pete's, 48th and Van Dorn.
48th and Van Dorn.
And I got a hybrid bike. It's an e-bike, so you can hit some switches and you can roll out. It's I like it.
There's a motor
pretty
on
big
this thing.
purchase. Pretty big purchase.
Yeah, it's not cheap, that's for sure. It's a cool little bike. Wifey's gonna get one. I got mine. I like the fact that if I just don't feel like I'm not a diehard cyclist. You know, I'm not one of those just like I got to go log in X amount of miles.
Bunch of miles.
Yeah, if I want to, hit that switch to where it can go up to 28 miles per hour.
Oh yeah, those things can fly.
Yeah.
Fly.
Yeah.
Don't go on gravel like that, please.
Yeah,
Don't
you
go on
can go.
gravel.
Yeah, it gets up, and it still have the gears on your right side, to click it, or you can hit that turbo boost button.
Turbo boost.
So it's got regular, it's got echo, and it's got turbo. To where I can hit those, and you hit a plus or minus, and it'll kick up, and the assistance kicks up as much as you want it.
It's amazing. People that have e-bikes, they rave about them. Like you hear nothing bad. It's like changed their life. Yeah. Because like you said, you can choose to pedal if you want to, and just get the exercise. But if you don't want to, if it's got a big hill, put the motor on.
Yeah, and you still have to keep going, but it's not. I mean, the effort is reduced.
You're
tremendously
still pedaling, but it's
Well,
not.
you still got to pedal a little bit.
Still got to pedal a little bit, but it gives you a big boost. And
how about Jake? Would you do that with Elizabeth?
No, I have a normal bike.
I know, but would you get
eventually?
an e-bike?
Maybe 20 years or so. Yeah,
help keep you guys together.
Yeah, absolutely.
You notice that subtle shot in 20 years or
20 years,
so.
yeah. Well, it wasn't meant to be a shot. I can still ride the bike right now, although I got a massive cramp riding the bike in the Black Hills, so I could have used it then at that point.
Cramp.
I had it was 16 straight miles uphill, and it was like 95 degrees. I got a huge
How'd you
cramp in
react
my.
to that?
I had to get off the bike a little bit, and I got back on it. The cramp came back.
Once you cramp, it's the end.
no,
You're done. You're done.
I shouldn't make light of it.
It was 16 miles uphill, like with 2 miles to go. Yeah, cramped up. So the last 2 miles was absolute hell, and it was downhill for like 4 miles, which is great. But that was not.
Why am I laughing at
That's rough.
I could have used the e-bike. For 2 miles.
Absolutely.
2 miles.
Yeah, I'm high on the e-bike. I think.
Are you high on it?
Oh yeah, I'm all for what AD's doing.
Absolutely. It's gonna be fun.
Do you wear that cap when you do things?
No, I'm wearing a helmet, dude.
Are you wearing a helmet?
You know what? This is real talk. You
You
kind
wearing
of
a helmet?
changed the conversation a little bit, but it does. Motor Brother was killed on his bike in April 6, 2009.
Sorry.
And I was really kind of spooked out about even getting a bike because of that fact. Because people think about this. I'm even guilty since it happened to my brother. I am especially downtown, very conscientious of where the bikes are.
Absolutely.
I'm very conscious where they are. Ever since that happened, even before than I was, because he had been hit a few times. And this one, he got hit on April 6, 2009. So I didn't want to. This is the first bike that I've actually owned and went out and purchased since 2009.
I'm sorry about all that.
Yeah. So he'd be happy though. Butchie was a carefree guy. He'd be like, man, dude, go get a bike.
Yeah.
He was like, you didn't have to go to e-bike, get a real bike like mine, but nevertheless, you got a bike.
I was on the way to Omaha yesterday. I'm driving. I go through Walton out and through Eagle. That's how I always go. Yep. And there's a guy on his bike. This guy's a biker. You can tell.
Yeah.
But he's on the side of the road, and I'm just like, you're just inches from death.
Yeah.
I mean, because if someone's not paying, especially now in today's world.
Oh yeah.
People now
Phone
with the
down the
distractions,
phone.
the phone distraction. I'm just like,
so he's on the highway.
What's
Coach?
that?
He's on the highway.
He's on the highway going
There's
to
no
Walton.
way.
On the
No
highway
way.
going to Walton.
I don't.
No way.
And there's no. I'm like, there's no space. I'm like, oh, that's what I think about all the time about. Because I have a bike now, which I haven't ridden it very much. Really nice new bike. My deal is like, okay, how do I get to the bike path? I want to ride on a bike path. I don't want to.
That's the correct stance. That's the correct question.
Yes.
Get to the bike path.
Get to the bike path.
Get off the road.
Yeah, getting off the road.
The helmet thing is really interesting to me.
Yeah, I won't ride without one, man.
There was what I was gonna say. Nebraska doesn't have a helmet law. Iowa doesn't. Illinois doesn't. I was freaked out when we were at Big Ten Media Days. No helmet law in Illinois, and you see those dudes riding their motorcycles, traffic down on that.
Crazy.
Whoa! That's a lot. Now I sound like a snowflake, but
No, it's a lot. A buddy of mine, just looking up how long ago he's been gone, but Randy Gibson. He used to have a company here in town along with two of the buddies of mine, but he was killing his bike as well. This was this was like 2018, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And he was a cyclist.
Yeah.
Tour de France fan, loved that. But
cyclist.
Again, somebody wasn't paying attention.
Yeah.
You know,
Terrible.
so yeah, I mean, like I said, so yes, I have a helmet. I refuse.
should have
I threw this in the side bag. I got a side bag on it.
Yeah.
It's gonna be nice.
And you're gonna get a basket.
Probably not a basket.
I thought you said you're gonna get a basket.
Trick that thing out, man.
I'm just keep it on the side. You know,
I don't know.
I think of a basket. I always think about that lady in the Wizard of Oz. That me and the first Karen ever.
Yeah. You got a hitch though on your bike.
No hitch.
Oh, they got a hitch.
No, just a rack. So where I can just
the
put my
rack.
bags.
That's right.
Just put bags outside.
The
rack.
rack.
Yeah, just a rack on it.
It's a rack.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I
Rob.
tried so hard for him to get a basket up front so Louis could ride with him.
Yeah, come on, Louis the dog.
Did you try, Rob?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah,
Louis,
I'm gonna stay away from the basket.
Louis wants to ride.
Louis' jaws would be like this.
That's a good idea, Rob.
Yeah.
Little basket.
Well, congrats on your purchase.
Yeah, appreciate it, man.
I'll just try it out sometime. Maybe check it out.
Absolutely.
See what it looks like.
What do you call those?
It's an
things?
e-bike.
E-bike.
And he bought it at Speedy. They're on a club.
Do they sell
It should
do they sell e-cigarettes there too?
be e-bikes and e-cigs.
Can you get both?
It's got a lighter on the
I
side
get
of my
some.
bike.
Yeah, so I get that. I'll take that bike and I'll take a couple of vape things.
I'm smoking a cigar while I'm riding my bike.
Okay. All right. That's
That
it.
guy's not working hard at all.
That's it for us. The Drive with Raffinated is next for Steve Sipple and Bill Busch. I'm Jake Sorensen. See you.
If you struggle with joint pain, there's good news. You don't need surgery to get back to full health. South Point Medical and Aesthetics offers breakthrough non-surgical options for treatment of moderate to severe. Our patients experience little to no downtime